I have no idea what the fuck's gonna happen. It's gonna be crazy.
We're gonna
cray cray. Is that what the children say? Cray cray. Right?
cray cray.
I think that's what the children say.
I don't believe that's what the children say.
How's everybody doing?
Hi, welcome.
Hey, welcome to this. What is this? What the fuck is that thing? What? We had a giant TV behind us.
Isn't that nice?
It's a giant fucking TV. How did that happen?
I made this overlay. I was thinking of using this overlay just in general for streaming, but I decided last minute that I don't like it. Mm-hmm. But we're going to talk about E3, and you said I was just thinking we might play a game while we talk about E3.
Yeah, fuck it. We'll just watch some videos while we talk about them.
Exactly, and so we're keeping the overlay so we can talk about videos and such.
Here's the first thing I've seen from E3. It's probably the only thing I've seen before we started talking about any of this shit. And I don't know how much this is gonna be audible. Look at that, it's magic.
It's like magic. So now the screen shows up in this thing.
Sony's new Spider-Man game.
People see me and think they're safer.
And I'm watching this. Yeah, this is a Spider-Man game. All right, I'm down with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down with Spider-Man.
Probably for the best.
Oh sure.
Oh look, there's Manhattan. Oh, that's cool.
Sounds as scary as it feels.
We never seen Manhattan in games, but yeah, it's a Spider-Man game. And what the fuck? What is on his chest? What is on his back? Why is it giant? How is there a neon white? Since when was neon white a thing?
It's very white.
It's so distracting.
It's very
It's so
white.
distracting. I have no idea if this game looks good or not because I can only see that ugly fucking suit.
Here's something that I'm very seriously wondering. Is this from any comic book? Has any comic book artist drawn him with a giant glowing white spider on his chest?
Has Spider-Man ever had a giant neon white spider? Even though I don't think neon white is possible, that is neon white somehow. Somehow. How does that work?
I have no idea how that works.
Oh, look, that's magic. It's magic.
Except for our green screen, broke for 1 second.
Oh, it broke when I waved my hand.
I think it broke when you waved.
Oh
yeah,
no, the magic is the illusion.
The green screen magic went away when you waved your hand.
Oh, God of War. We can watch
Well,
that.
let's. Do you want to talk about Spider-Man for a little bit?
Yeah, let's talk about Spider-Man for a little bit.
Okay, we were just last stream. We were talking about like a theoretical case of what would happen if we got to play another Spider-Man game. We were talking about like the cool stuff that we could see. How much of that involved the giant white spider symbol on his spider chest?
That's all I can see.
Because, we want it to look good. We want Spider-Man to look good, because Spider-Man's a cool hero.
The one thing I don't see is I've always said if you're gonna do a what's that?
Don't mind me.
I can't. I have to.
I was just checking on the live feed.
How it look? Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
it looks fine.
Cool.
It looks fine.
With a rogues gallery like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man is a hero who fights supervillains. Villains. Where are all the supervillains? If it's gonna be the same, 5 supervillains that we always fight in the Spider-Man games. There's gonna be Electro. There's gonna be the Rhino. There's gonna be the Shocker for some reason instead of Dr. Octopus, who's not gonna show up. There's gonna be no Green Goblin. There's gonna be no Hobgoblin. Venom maybe? No, probably not. They'll save him for the sequel. And like some other ringers, not ringers. The opposite. What's the opposite of a ringer? Like high quality. I guess the ringer is the opposite of a ringer. You'll fight the ringer. And then it'll be a lot of the same thing we've seen in every one, where it's open world swinging around, but the swinging won't be as good as it was in the Spider-Man 2 movie game, because it never is. Mm-hmm. They've dumbed it down in every Spider-Man game since. Oh. But
hey guys, I figured out why it sounded like Rich wasn't here. Give me 1 second. Hey Rich.
Yeah. How much of that they couldn't hear what I was saying?
They could hear it. It just sounded like you were far away.
Okay.
Because some gobbledygook in here was messing with my microphone settings.
It wasn't me.
I don't think it was you. I
Yeah.
think it was one of the other two gobbledygooks.
All right.
But you know what? They can hear you fine now. So continue with your Spider-Man rant.
It's over. The rant is over. We're not gonna see the Sandman. We're not gonna see Kraven the Hunter because he's weird and neat.
He's weird and neat. Sorry, everybody, about Rich's microphone situation.
We're gonna get the Rhino because he's overused in the games. Maybe we'll get Electro, and then we'll get some C-listers nobody gives a shit about.
Yeah, we'll definitely get a Rhino. What do you think? It's been at least a few major movies since anyone has given a shit about the Green Goblin. What do you think the likelihood of a Green Goblin is? Is it 100% or is it 100%? Or is it possibly 100%?
Unless for some weird reason they can't use him.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Look. None of the no one single Spider-Man game has had a great roster of villains. You get like one or two good ones.
Yeah.
And then a lot of villains you don't give a shit about.
Yeah.
This game's got Doc Ock and the Ringer and the Shocker.
Baltrock the Jumper.
Baltrock the Jumper. And then this game's got the Green Goblin and Baltrock the Leaper and
The Leaper, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Baltrock the Leaper. Yeah. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I guess you know what. Looking at the outfit here, can you play the video again for everyone?
Oh wait, no, that's not what I want.
That's not what you want. Here, play it in small screen. And then just go to where you can see his costume and freeze frame, and then turn it to large screen. Because there are some parts of the costume that I really like. Like right. Yeah.
All right, you tell me when to freeze this shit.
Ready? Wait till he turns. There. All right. Now make that full screen.
And visible.
And visible to everyone else. Like there are a lot of aspects of the costume that I think are really cool. Like I love. Like on his shoulders where you can see where the fabric meets and it almost looks like armor pieces. That to me looks like a very, they're kind of trying to meld the realistic.
That's what they did
fabrics.
in Civil War. The mask looks great. The eyes look great.
Mask looks great. But like, I like his whole arm thing. Even the whites on his
no,
arm.
I hate that.
You don't,
I can
no.
deal with that.
Yeah.
But I hate it.
Block, put a hand up and block the spider symbol.
What's going on with that little thin belt and those weird triangles of red on the pants?
I'm okay with the belt.
And the no boots.
I'm okay with no. You know what?
That looks bad.
I'm even okay with no boots, because you know why? Like runners' shoes.
It's a superhero costume.
But I
Give him his big colorful boots.
I like the melding of the real world stuff with the comic book.
That doesn't mean you can't have the red up to the calf.
No, you could still have the red up to your calf.
And you certainly don't need that giant, ugly white spider.
That is the most.
It's the most baffling thing.
Disturbing part. Look at how ugly it is.
They don't care. They wouldn't have done it. But the mask looks great. They're just gonna fucking tease you.
Yep. You know what? After you defeat the game on hard, you'll unlock an outfit that looks halfway decent, or midway through, you'll unlock a new outfit.
So the mask looks great.
The mask looks great. I love those shoulders. Oh, look at that. Those eyes squinty. Yep. I like the shoulders. I even like the shoulders.
Should we go frame by frame and obsess over every little detail?
So
there
those
are birds, and we both noticed the birds. So, there's a bird plot.
So obviously there's going to be a vulture section. Birds equal vultures. Also, do you see...
Well, the vulture doesn't use birds. Obviously, there was a new supervillain who can control birds.
He's called Hitchcock, and he has special powers over things that Hitchcock used in his movie, like birds, and
people dress up like their mothers and kill people. He can make anybody dress up like their mother and kill people. He's gonna make Spider-Man like dress up like his mother and try to kill Aunt May. Spider-Man dressed like Aunt May. He's gonna be wearing one of Aunt May's dress with a little white bun wig.
He also has one of the worst supervillain powers ever. He cannot give other people vertigo. He can only give himself vertigo. So midway through the fight, all of a sudden he'll go, "Oh God!"
He can throw up on command, and then the
Ooh.
people chasing him will slip in it. We'll have Mary Jane tied up and hanging off of like Jefferson's nose.
It's perfect.
The Washington Monument, not the Washington Monument, Mount Rushmore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, terrible. I mean, you know what? It's exciting. The prospect of a new Spider-Man game is exciting because we like Spider-Man. But you know,
There's clearly going to be a city.
you got to wonder about that combat system. I mean, there's no information in here. I don't think.
Animation-wise, are these some of the same animations from that last Spider-Man game, Web of Shadows, from a while ago now? But
No,
something about those moves looked familiar to me.
It's hard to tell just because wasn't Web of Shadows like a cell shaded, like very different look.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't mean anything about the animation.
I think
it
that's
wasn't cell shaded. The cell shaded, that was the Ultimate Spider-Man game.
Was it?
Yeah.
They all blur together a little bit.
Web of Shadows isn't bad, despite that it's very Venom heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, that big white spider.
I can't see anything else. Who's that knocked that thing down? Who's this? We're like actual people going through a video now. We're like actual video things.
Oh, now we're doing awful video.
You know, that's fine.
Okay, well, you know what? So the guy he chased in the van had a kabuki mask on, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's actually kind of good news because maybe he's going after low rent, just gangsta thugs.
That's every Spider-Man game. I want a crap ton of supervillains.
What if that's Rhino?
Then it's a horrible looking Rhino, which it fits with the horrible looking Spider-Man.
No, so here's what it's going to be. So this is your first fight with the Rhino, and he's just a strong guy wearing a Rhino mask, kabuki mask.
Jesus Christ.
But then after you defeat him, he comes back.
If they're focusing that much on the Rhino, then that's a bad sign.
Yes. Yes.
It's Kabuki Man.
It's Kabuki Man.
Wasn't that a trauma thing? They actually do a Kabuki Man.
I didn't watch that.
I think that's an
Trauma.
actual thing.
I don't know that much about Trauma, I'll be honest with you. I'm not Jay.
Look at how ugly that white spider logo is.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I see.
Yeah.
Why is it as...
You want to zoom in on the feet thing? Go back a little bit more.
Look at that! He's got white on the feet, too.
That makes sense to me because they're like runner shoes. He's got a grip.
You know what?
What?
Thick running shoes don't make sense with Spider-Man.
Of course not.
He can't... he's got to stick to things. Unless he's doing it through the shoe.
Unless
Thin boots. Thin.
Well, but what if they're thin? What if they're like those no insole runner shoes? Super thin running shoes.
Is there a layer of rubber on the outside that's more than like a millimeter thick or something?
I don't know. I think they look cool. I like the whole tennis shoe thing.
Everything but the mask. I guess the textures aren't bad, but just the design, everything but the mask is hideous.
No, all they need to do is get rid of that giant white spider, and I like everything else.
I wonder if there's actually like a Nike logo, like product placement on these shoes. It's too blurry. I can't tell. But
No, they wouldn't do Nike. Sony wouldn't do Nike, would they? They'd probably do like Adidas or something like that. New Balance. Kabuki Man.
Now, is that like Batman? The Batman villain Black Mask? Is this a crossover?
Sony got so pissed off that Marvel took their movie away from them that they're doing a Marvel DC crossover. Fine. You know what? Fine, we're going to do a DC crossover. Batman shows up halfway through.
Is this a movie tie-in?
It's just called Spider-Man PS4.
Does Sony also happen to own the Spider-Man video game rights?
I would assume they do because they put out all the video games. If this was a movie tie-in, it would be called Spider-Man Homecoming.
I mean, I would assume they'd own the game rights to movie tie-in games, but do they just own any Spider-Man game rights?
I would assume so.
Huh.
If this can't be a movie tie-in, or else they would call it Spider-Man Homecoming. My guess is they are going to rush like balls to get it out with the movie.
I really hope the costume in the new movie does not look like this. I really, really hope.
Sony would do Puma. You're right, Jack Trigger Joyce.
Yeah, you'll get the Puma.
You'll get
You'll get the Puma, the Ringer,
Puma
Shocker.
Puma shoes.
Oh,
he'd wear Puma shoes.
there's a villain called the Puma.
Oh. We have a couple tips. Actually, and you know what? We missed one from last week. You must have tipped just as we were signing off. Sorry, Sadat Chunk. Or sorry, Caped Devil Dave said, always wondered what was the result of submitting the Western Or musical to that 24-hour film fest. It played in a theater full of people.
I think it was like audience voted it best of something or other, but didn't officially win with the judges, I believe. It was audience favorite, I think.
It won a couple. It won a couple awards.
Yeah. Audience favorite was
and audience
one
favorite.
Of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, it played in the theater with everyone else's, and it was funny. Dandy Chuck says, I tipped $5 in Canadian money, so it probably won't be converted to very much. Anyhow, keep up the great work. LOL, Fuk Makuk. It's actually, you tipped $5 in Canadian money. I got $3.88. That's the actual conversion. But thank you. I appreciate that. Shame Kid Sama said, we need that spider. If Spider-Man does not physically contain a spider, we will simply scratch our thick monkey craniums and wonder, who is this guy? He's got a red suit on and he's flipping around and he's spinning webs. I don't know who he is.
So you're saying this giant white spider is the result of committee thinking and some executive trying to justify their job? That makes sense.
Well,
that makes sense.
What it probably was,
yeah,
is someone on the Sony team, on the creative team, says we need to make this Spider-Man visibly different than every other Spider-Man that's been out there, so we can sell toys specifically.
Green screen is going nuts.
Why is that?
I have no idea.
It does that every once in a while. You know what? We're just going to have to deal with green screen going nuts today.
I'm just going to turn the regular house lights on because we're not playing a game right now.
Oh, sure. It's so pleasant without those lights. Ah! Oh, that made it flip right the fuck out. Just for a second. Yeah, now it looks like it's working. Oh, that's awful. That's just awful for us.
Well, shit happens, Jack, and that's just a part of show business.
That is. We will suffer.
Why are the kabuki masks?
Yeah, because, that's like a gorilla kabuki mask. Maybe a dog? Because they're going to fight the mafia or something. That's going to be like the running...
I want to fight a bunch of classic Spider-Man villains.
It's worse now? Make OBS big for a second. Here, take that over there, bring that over here, make it big. Let's just check it out real quick. Okay, go to camera. Filters. Green screen. All right. There. Oh, no. Oh.
Yeah?
Oh, good.
Okay.
Good enough. There we go.
Now, try and turn the lights back on?
Huh?
You want to try and turn the lights back off?
No. This is fine. We'll deal with the harsh fluorescence.
Okay.
Okay. It's fine. Now it's perfect. Now the green screen is great. Okay, where was I? Sean says, I'm predicting pre-order bonus costumes. Oh, 100%.
Oh, sure.
100%.
Or not pre-order bonus, just pay for them later.
Available.
The $15 costume pack.
Available like a month later in a DLC package.
Making it the most cynical thing ever. We need a really bad Spider-Man costume, but not so bad that it looks like we were trying to make it bad.
No.
Yeah. Don't trust the man. I always say don't trust the man. You know there's somebody who has these evil thoughts.
I can't imagine. You know what?
You know it.
How
can we make everybody want to buy the costume pack?
I can't imagine any...
What if the original costume that we let them have looks like shit?
I don't know about that. They wanted an original look, and that's the best they could come up with.
It's not a terrible conspiracy theory. I've heard worse.
Benziste says, here's $2 in American money, which will be worth $2 USD in American money. My girlfriend and I watch your stream every time. Keep up the good work, guys. You do gamers a service everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ibanezit. Fuck that, Jack. It's Sony. And see, I'm saying it's Sony because they couldn't come up with a good idea. Like, we got to do something fresh and original. Anyone got any ideas?
Giant white spider?
Okay, that's obviously a dumb idea, but, thanks for throwing that out there. Thanks for throwing that out
Just let
there.
me get into a battle royale with the Hobgoblin and Dr. Octopus and the Green Goblin mixed in. And the Vulture all at once.
Yeah.
That'd be great. That'd be fun.
That'd be great.
Throw in the Juggernaut. Let me recreate that classic Spider-Man versus the Juggernaut issue of Amazing Spider-Man.
They definitely won't get the Juggernaut.
Yeah.
They definitely will not get this Juggernaut. What do you want to do next? God of War?
Not like I'm going to give a shit, but we can do that.
This is,
Do I have sound? I know nothing about God of War.
You played the first one.
Briefly, I didn't like it.
Oh, okay. So, what can you tell me about God of War?
He spams X and he swings his blades all around. He kills gods.
Okay, if you had to describe the gameplay, describe God of War.
Brawler.
Brawler. Okay, great. So, now imagine, right? God of War, instead of being an action brawler, okay?
Oh no. Are they uncharting it?
Called it right off the bat. So what if they turned God of War into The Last of Us?
Nobody cares about gameplay anymore. Nobody gives a rat's ass.
Yep.
Wait, is nobody hearing anything? It's quiet on my end.
Well, and we usually turn it down because it's just the music.
Here.
But yeah, go ahead, turn it up.
Because we're only playing these things when we're... Should I go back or...
No, just keep going.
I don't know.
Your Windows overlay is getting in the way. There you go.
Look, tracks. They're fresh. This way.
Yep. God of War.
Rich your mic again. What?
You're fine. Oh.
Found it.
Slow down, boy.
Sorry.
You must
So they went from button mashing to nothing mashing.
be calm and plan.
They had the illusion of gameplay in the first God of War. Now they just got rid of all that. Look at this.
So far, I've been watching like 2 minutes of not much. Not much.
What are you doing? Now his guard is up. Only fire
Worst dad ever.
when I tell you to fire.
Child abuse the game.
Kratos has never been known for his subtle, loving compassion, so I guess I'll accept it.
It's a game about growing up murdering your father.
Or wanting to murder your father. Ay.
Naughty Dog ruined gaming.
They ruined gaming, Rich. They absolutely ruined gaming.
Oh, here's the thing to fight.
You are not ready. Stay back.
Yep.
Okay. Well, appropriately brutal.
This is literally a section of The Last of Us. It does look incredibly like The Last of Us. The question is if how much of that combat we're going to see.
How much of that combat is largely scripted?
Right.
You know, if you give me my bow back, I can help you fight. I'm ready.
You have yet to prove that.
I need a chance.
You had a chance.
I need another.
Then find that deer.
Chernobyl Kinsman says lots of people care about gameplay. They just aren't represented at E3. Yeah.
Back away, boy. Here's your chance. Show me already.
He's like 7! he's 7! He's got a fucking bow and arrow! That he can barely draw! Show me what you're made of! Fight this giant ice monster!
Shoot it. It is time.
Spartan Rage available. You know, it's tough to know exactly what button they're pressing. A lot of this looks incredibly scripted.
I'm not sure you weren't pressing a button at all right there.
Right.
Do it. Off the ice.
Little
I
shit
am
kid.
so gonna beat you when we get home.
That Spider-Man suit is looking pretty good now.
I am so sorry.
Your deer is getting away.
Yes, sir.
Chernobyl Kinsman says, I imagine you're pressing X for a lot of that. Probably. Like, that's been like the thing with the God of War series is incredibly cool looking things that you are not really doing.
I can't believe we fought a real.
Well, it's God of War.
Yeah,
That's the quick time event.
I know.
exactly.
He was staring right at me. How could I look him in the eyes and
Him.
kill?
I thought your mother taught you to hunt.
She did, but I never had to kill anything. She always did that part.
Then it is time for you to learn. Wait for my mark. Relax. Do not think of it as an animal. It is simply a target. Clear your mind.
Or think of it like an animal, because that's food, remember? Like,
Man, those are reticles. This is the first actual gameplay we've seen.
I'm sure there were some button presses involved with that fight, don't you think? I think there's at least 1 or 2 button presses.
Probably.
Third person shooter up in here.
So I don't like the earlier one. At least the first one was the only one I really tried to play, to be fair.
Right.
But I mean, it just looked a bit mashy to me.
It
That's
is.
why I mean this. I don't like for like different reasons.
Finish what you started.
Sure.
But this, I correct me if I'm wrong. This doesn't really look like it plays much like a God of War game. Am I right?
No, they're reimagining the series, Rich. Look, it's about a father-son relationship.
I'm very curious how the God of War fans feel about this. Jerk.
Well, he's helping. He's helping him kill. The boy's got to learn. The boy's got to learn to kill.
I.
You know, Rich, Press F to assure your son you love him. That's my joke.
You are ready.
Glad I'm not a God of War fan. Boy, I'd be pretty heartbroken right about now if I were a God of War
Oh,
fan.
and Tiberius Kirk says he is a God of War. They are a God of War fan. Hold on. I am a God of War fan. This looks like it will probably suck, but it might be better in other sections. I guess that's true. It might be better in other sections. Barbarian Parent Simulator, yes. Nerdy Inc. says, now might be a good time to pitch Rich's God of War mechanic, but with teddy bears and rainbow graphics idea. Crap. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of crap. Looks like a lot of crap. And yes, obviously that is probably the first... however long that video was, that was the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
It could be drastically different from there on out, but that's what they're using
That's what
to
they chose
sell.
to show.
That is their selling. That's their pitch, right? Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
All right, what else are we looking at? What are we looking at?
Did you see Detroit Become Human?
I've seen literally nothing.
Go ahead. Let's watch the Detroit Becomes Human.
The only thing I watched before we streamed today was the Spider-Man trailer, and that was literally 10 minutes before you got here.
Okay, so I was talking on Twitter to someone, and they asked me a question which gets asked a lot before we watch this, which is if because we have a problem with the Uncharted series.
Yeah.
And they wondered if that was called something other than a game, like an interactive story, would we still have the same criticisms of it? And I said, well, that largely depends. The real problem with Uncharted 4 was there were no choices to be made, even if it was considered an interactive story.
Well, I mean, that's still whatever. I mean, you're labeling it something different. It's not a game. Then it's just... I have no interest in it.
Well, I guess that's what I'm saying.
Still, no matter what you call it, I have no interest in it.
That gets rid of the interactivity that kind of makes it in the first place. And I cited to this as something that I might be looking forward to. Speaking of interactive stories. Is I guess where I was getting at with that.
It's been just over an hour since a little girl was taken hostage on the top floor of a building here in downtown Detroit. Details
Harvey
are still
Dent.
emerging on what exactly happened. But the hostage taker could be the family's android. Negotiator on site.
Please, you gotta save my little girl. Wait. You're sending an android?
All right, ma'am. We need to go.
You can't do that. Why aren't you sending a real person?
Captain Allen, my name is Connor. I'm the android sent by CyberLife.
It's firing at everything that moves. It already shot down 2 of my men. Saving that kid is all that matters. So either you deal with this fucking android now, or I'll take care of it.
Yeah, this is the Detroit game.
Don't come any closer or I'll jump!
Hi, Daniel. My name is Connor. There's no way out, Daniel. The only question is whether or not you take another innocent life. I'm holding all the cards. If I die, she dies. Look what you did. You were designed to serve humans, not kill them. What was I designed to be? Their slave? Their toy? You're a machine you have to obey. Now put the gun down and let the hostage go.
I've spent my life taking orders. Now it's my turn to decide.
Uh-oh.
That's what you got, Rich? You got uh-oh?
Your order for an A-beat android has been registered.
touch him and I kill you. You can't kill me. I'm not alive. Tell that helicopter to get out of here. It's up to you how the story ends. I trust you. You lied to me, Connor. You lied to me.
This is what gets me excited about this game.
Well,
Bec-
well.
Oh yeah.
Let's wait
My
till
name
it's
is Connor. This is our story.
So that's the Detroit game, Detroit Become Human. Here's what gets me excited about this game. Is if you look at Uncharted, and my problem with Uncharted is
I don't think it's a good comparison. But go on.
I'm leading into something. Uncharted's story and gameplay live in two separate rooms. You are either blandly climbing on walls or experience a cutscene that is the story. This appears the story, the gameplay is the story. You know.
Yeah.
So you have choices. It looks like a little detective-y. It looks like they have found a way to interweave gameplay and story, which gets me excited. Totally different games, of course, but I just wanted that as a jumping off point.
Uncharted
Yeah.
4 had sparse gameplay.
Yeah.
You weren't doing all that much gameplay.
No.
And like the gameplay you did get, the combat was like standard third person shooter mechanics, insert into cinematic game. Doot, doot. The platforming was atrocious.
Yes.
And it was so sparse. It was just everything about it is terrible. Even the story is just a dumb Indiana Jones knockoff. It's not
just
terribly
generic.
inspired.
Right.
If this were a movie,
Yeah.
if this were just a movie trailer, I
Detroit?
would be interested.
Yeah.
I would be, oh, that looks very interesting. Sci-fi, ethics, and what is human? What is humanity? What is are they conscious? The robot is.
Yeah.
That's some interesting stuff.
Yeah.
That's some interesting stuff. I like that. The detective stuff that could be interesting.
That could be really fun, don't you think?
Yeah.
Just looking at all the little bits.
Yeah.
And then you got a little your drama. You got to save the little girl. How are you going to do it? And you apparently, obviously we don't know much, get to choose how you deal with that situation. Could be really neat.
Then the story's part of gameplay. Yeah, no, everything about that.
Interweaved, Rich.
I'm intrigued. I am intrigued.
Yes, and that's what I was saying. And obviously, it's nothing like Uncharted, but Uncharted, like so many of those games, don't interweave story and gameplay, and that's one of my big problems with those games.
Shad is bringing up Blade Runner.
Blade Runner. Well, they say there's a Blade Runner game, apparently.
Oh, like announced this year?
I don't know.
Interwoven.
What? It does remind me of the Clue movie. Yep. PS4 exclusive. Yes. Detroit Become Human. But I'm very interested.
Yeah,
in Detroit Become
that's something I would keep my eye on. That looks neat.
Sorry for not reading tips during that. The Zarius says Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions had great bosses from varying dimensions: Kraven, Green Goblin, Hobgoblin, Vulture, Electro, Deadpool, Juggernaut, Carnage, Doc Ock, Sandman, and Mysterio.
I've never played it. What do you want?
Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. Do we have to add that to the playlist? Because that sounds great. Hold on. Hold on, I will add that right now to the games to play list. Doop, doop, doop. Spider-Man?
You know what had lots of choices? Mass Effect 3. Not really, though. Not really. The first two, yes. They suck most of them out of the third one, and they all led you to the same crappy place. But nice try.
The Czars.
Trying to get me riled up.
Of course they are.
All right, what do we got?
Sean, I remember all the choices Heavy Rain had. Most of them vanished on the second playthrough when you learned many of them had no real consequence. Ooh, yeah. And
here's the thing. Like I said, if they made this a movie, I'd be interested.
Mm-hmm. When are you going to watch the Mass Effect Andromeda trailer? God damn it, says Yonder Yonder. Yes, I'm doing this for kicks. Well, maybe we'll get to it. So in any case, I was a little interested in that Detroit.
I don't have much else to add to that. Yeah, I'm a little interested.
Yeah.
Maybe it sucks. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know.
I did see, I saw in the chat earlier, you were wondering what exactly they announced at the Xbox E3. The total answer is jack fucking shit.
I've heard this. Somebody in the chat was saying something about a number of people, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You can play Xbox One games on your Windows 10 PC now?
They spent the majority of their conference, their keynote, touting the merger between Windows 10 and Xbox One, which is great news for people who
Get your peanut butter out of my chocolate. I just want chocolate.
But then, at the end of the conference, they announced not one, but 2 new Xbox One models.
2. Okay.
The Xbox One S, which is kind of like the slim, cheaper version, and the Xbox One Scorpio, which is like a souped-up, high-performance Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
All games will play on all systems. But they spent the majority of the conference saying, like, you can play all these games on your Windows 10 computer, but now we want you to play them also on your Xbox. Buy a new Xbox.
Hold on.
What? Teraflops.
Oh, goddamn. Is that the best image I can get of this? Oh, fuck.
What are you trying to do?
You know what I'm trying to do. You can see what I'm trying to do. It's just not working.
I just put it together right now. What's the point of buying an Xbox One then? There is no point. That was the joke. It's like they spent the whole fucking conference talking about how you can play all their games on Windows 10 now. Play them all on Windows 10. The other huge, innovative, groundbreaking, game-shattering news. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
From the Xbox One keynote.
Yeah.
You can now order custom-colored controllers. You can get controllers with custom colors on it. Make it any color you want.
Okay, so back... Because I was fucking around with this. Back to the unwanted Xbox One Windows 10 merger. What games can you play any game on your Windows PC?
The new Gears of War.
Yeah, and what about older ones that have come out already?
They're working on
Backwards
backwards compatibility. But all of the games they announced were Xbox One and Windows 10.
I know people who own an Xbox One be pissed about that, but as someone who can't stand shooters with a fucking controller,
Right.
I wouldn't mind actually playing Halo with a mouse and keyboard.
They're working on it.
Only if I play the older ones, catch up. What was everyone talking about? What was this about?
Now that I can properly play these, are they any good?
The Gears trilogy with a mouse? That'd be great. That'd be great.
That would be great.
Might have just ported it to the fucking PC in the first place, but whatever. I don't know.
I thought Xbox One had one of the lousiest I mean, definitely the lousiest E3 of this year,
Mm-hmm.
but just of all time. They spent so much time talking about all the new Minecraft stuff, which of course, I mean, if Minecraft's like
It's everywhere too. It's not like Xbox One
no.
has the Minecraft.
It's their big. Well, no. You know, Microsoft owns
Oh, they
Minecraft.
bought Minecraft?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. They were the ones who bought it. Shows you how much attention I pay to Minecraft.
Well, I get it. Minecraft is a huge property,
Yeah.
but you know, there's other shit to talk about, and then they spent so much time on this goddamn customizable colored controller. You can make them all different colors. You can even engrave your controller, put your name on it, and make it your color, your controller. And yes, I know Project Scorpio, the Xbox Scorpio, is specifically built with VR compatibility in mind. No one fucking cares about VR. No one.
They keep trying to shove this shit gamers don't want down their throats. Like, you know, if it's not VR, it's Kinect.
Yep. Remember the hotness that was 3D TV? Oh man, that's gonna change the way we watch TV. Oh no, it didn't go anywhere.
4K? You want 4K on your 30-inch TV? Like, that's a huge waste, but
we can give it.
We can give it to you.
You don't care about 4K? But you know, Netflix has some 4K stuff. You can stream 4K through the YouTube. You still don't care?
You want 40K? You'll have to buy a 60-inch TV for it to make a difference. We'll sell you a 60-inch TV. I'd be glad to.
Oh, you mean I can get like a regular HD 60-inch TV for like 1/10 the price? I think I'll get that. Is that cool? I think I'll get that. All these VR dick riders. You know what? I'm happy for you. If you are excited about VR, that's great. The general population does not give a shit about VR, just like the general population does not give a shit about 3D.
I'm only interested because it might make a fun stream. Watching me with something in my head, just bumping into everything.
Oh, of course.
What?
Oh, okay.
What?
I'm not projecting my own. Do I need to break out the numbers again, Rabbit Rage? Do you remember the numbers?
0.003 or something.
0.03% of Steam users are currently using a Rift, and 0.09% are using a Vive. Nothing. Nobody. Even combined, they are using approximately 0.1% of Steam users are using VR. 0.1%.
It's going to be nothing until they can solve the tactile problems and the space problems.
And
so many problems.
And the cost problem. Like right now, that is a computer.
If you solve those two problems, there'll be people who will pay the costs. And then you have slow adoption where the price goes down. But you need space. You don't want to have the whole room dedicated just to VR.
Right.
And being able to touch these things, I think, is important. Or you're just like you're a ghost in these fucking fantasy worlds.
Yeah. It's the wave of the future. Mr. Glitch, I agree. Nobody likes clamping shit on their face just to play a game or watch TV. You know, sit down and play a quick game. Hold on for a second.
Some kind of fantasy technology. I don't know how many fucking years in the future this would be, but just fantasy technology. You have a headset that's really just like a pair of sunglasses.
Yeah.
Nothing more bulky or encumbering than that.
Yep.
No cord to get tangled on, and some kind of like arm length gloves that somehow you actually can have the sensation of touch.
Ooh, sure.
Then maybe you're starting to cook.
Yeah.
Maybe you're starting to. There's still going to be a problem with walking, unless you want like the game to be on some kind of specialized 360-degree treadmill.
Have you seen those?
They have that?
Yes. You haven't seen them? You haven't seen the 360-degree treadmill?
No, I have
Rich,
not seen the 360.
this is a real thing. It's a VR device that holds you by the waist, and it looks like you're in a. It looks like you're in a giant dish, okay? And so you kind of walk this way, and you're walking slightly uphill everywhere, you know, like you're in a giant dish. It's a real thing.
But before virtual reality is a thing that people will be interested in, there's still hurdles.
Oh, there's so many hurdles. So many hurdles. I'm trying to remember anything else from the Microsoft E3. The Gears trailer looked really bland and scripted.
It looked like exactly like last year's Gears trailer.
Exactly. It looked they showed a little bit more of the gameplay.
Yeah.
They showed some. Oh no, that was Sony who showed some Final Fantasy stuff, and I don't care about Final Fantasy, and that's all I remember from Microsoft. Was
So
there?
we can cross Microsoft off the list.
Hey, wait, chat. Was there anything else cool at the Microsoft conference? I honestly don't remember.
How badly is the Xbox One doing?
Sales wise?
Yeah.
I have no.
I can only assume it's doing bad.
I think it's. I mean, it's. I.
They
honestly
got off the
just
ground with a
don't
limp. I remember that much.
Oh, hold on, we have some tips.
That's where this bit of art came from.
Let's see here. Yonder says the high-end Xbox One is 4K VR capable. That's the big selling point, at least in theory.
So there's different Xbox Ones they're coming out with.
Yep.
None of them play like they're not really doing something stupid where this one can play games that the other one can't.
No, they have said that every system will play every game.
Okay, I've heard a lot of rumors going on lately that one or more of the consoles is going to move into this kind of like iterative console partial generation thing, which would just be a horrible idea, I think.
Oh, of course it would be.
Yeah.
Microsoft explicitly said you will be able to play the games on album, but it might be like a graphic setting thing, you know, like they said, Project Scorpio will have 4K resolution capabilities, whereas others won't. Gobbledygook says, years ago I went to E3. It was a spectacle. I used to watch it on G4 every year, then on IGN. This year I skipped it, and Prereq is my first and only E3 coverage. Thanks, guys. And don't forget, DC Universe Online is free, fucks.
This is the way to do it. We don't have to sit through all those fucking
We can just
what came out, and then you just look through what came out, and you don't get any of the bullshit.
I did have it on in the background. I was joking some tweets. But, you know, the problem for me was the same time Xbox keynote was on, so was Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference keynote. And so, like, on my computer screen, I was watching Tim Cook talk about Apple, and over here I was watching some dickhead talk about Microsoft games, and so I was just like, and then, you know, like, luckily Microsoft went to Minecraft, so I was like, oh, I can mute that, and okay, oh, just pay attention to Apple. Then Apple started talking about the iWatch. Oh, okay, I don't care about the iWatch. Go, I'll watch this. Hold on. TNG After Dark says, hello, I hope someone didn't already ask this, but have you guys considered getting the Oculus just so you can stream Star Trek with Mike? Yeah, they did. They revealed a Star Trek bridge game in VR.
Okay.
Mike
won't care because it's a game.
Yeah.
He might play it once and think, oh, that's neat, and he'll never touch again.
We might be able to get him in for that.
If you have dreams of turning Mike or Jay into gamers, not going to happen.
No.
Definitely not with Mike.
They just want a glimmer of hope of one time Mike coming in here.
Yeah.
We have talked about getting a VR. I just don't care enough. I just don't care enough. We already have a million consoles and a million games that we don't play. It's
a big expense for what would end up being one stream.
One, maybe a couple streams.
Maybe.
Alfonso Sparklefat says, hey guys, just want to say that it's a delight to watch you two derail the E3 bullshit hype train. That's what we're here for. They're saying a We Happy Few. They want us to look up a We Happy Few was a Microsoft thing. I don't remember.
I don't know.
I don't remember this.
I didn't watch this shit.
Right?
Here I am doing E3 news. I haven't watched any of it. What's it called?
We Happy Few. That's what they're saying.
That sounds familiar.
Oh, sure. I remember this one.
Enjoy your freedom.
Oh, by the way, you know what I stopped playing? Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
What is that?
That is your future.
Is this gonna end?
I stopped
first
playing it.
with
It,
EA
it got
access.
tedious bullshit. And I kept getting lost. I tried picking it up again while...
This is really loud. I'm turning it down.
Overwatch was doing some server maintenance, and so I picked up...
Wait. Oh, are you censoring the news?
I believe so, yes.
God.
Is this like a high-budget version of the game that the Papers, Please guy made before he made Papers, Please? Was a new censorship game. Is this the same person? They just gave him a budget?
No, I don't believe that's the whole game.
Take my joy, shouldn't I?
A shame. That'd be interesting.
Percy! Percy!
What happened?
He saw a picture or read something and got sad.
What have you been up to? No one's seen you for hours.
Oh, nose to the grindstone, you know.
Then why haven't I heard a single whoosh through the door since 10 o'clock? Did you forget we're having Deirdre's birthday party?
Oh.
We've got a piñata.
Right. Brilliant. Of course.
Have you forgotten your joy?
Of course not. Snug as a bug on a drug.
Well, come on then, finish up.
Just have a few more pages. I know you're very busy.
Then don't take too long to finish. Well, I expect you in the conference room presently. Don't dawdle. You don't want to miss the piñata.
It's quirky. I'm not sure what you do in the game. I'd like to know.
I made her a welcome back card.
Has a very striking look.
So many frustrated
Canister wonders
filmmakers in
what life's
gaming
like
now.
outside the tube.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he'd have to break the tube to get out. That would break it for everybody. You're not coming back, are you, Prue? But where did she go?
Yep, this was a screenplay from film school.
Be a bit
Yeah.
behind in our work.
I'm waiting for some kind of game to start.
Nope.
I know it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. You're not going to get a game. I'm very sorry, Rich.
There you are. You nearly missed the
Aurelio
piñata.
says, this is a roguelite. The game is nothing like the trailer.
Then why are they, what?
All the cats.
Then,
Why are you showing me this?
then why are you fucking making this trailer? This is the advertisement for the fucking game.
Because people don't care about gameplay anymore. They really don't.
Hit it.
Though I'm sure that comment about this being a roguelite is a joke.
It could be.
You are off your joy. Take one of mine. Oh my lord. He's a downer. Full security. We've got a downer.
No, they're saying it is a roguelike.
Well, I don't know anything about it. I like the premise. As a game, I don't know anything about this.
The art looks great. The style looks great.
Show me something relevant. Why can't you show me something relevant? You remember that one trailer from E3 last year that showed us a girl fighting a giant robot T-Rex?
Yeah.
And we saw her fighting a giant robot T-Rex. Oh, I see how this would work as a game, and I get this. And everything before that with the build-up was just, what the fuck? I don't care, I don't care. And then they showed gameplay, I was like, oh, that looks neat.
Yeah, yeah.
I hate everything. I hate everything.
That's the thing. Great art direction. Too bad that's all we learned from the trailer. Well, to me, that looked exactly like Soma. That looked like a walking horror stealthy bullshit story game.
It could be anything.
It could be
Who knows?
anything. That game you're talking about, by the way, is Horizon Zero Dawn. They showed more footage of it this year. Oh yeah, they want you to watch the Dead Rising 4 trailer.
Let's get caught up on the tips.
Oh yeah, sorry. Try not to tip when we're watching something,
Yeah, it's fine.
or else we won't see you. Nookie Pookie says, hello, you VR hacks. You need to experience VR. My advice is to go to a local VR meeting, like this one. Doodle-doop. It's on June 22nd. It's not like 3D at all. It's way different. And Shame Kid Sama says, Dear Dummies, why are you so stuck on tactile sensation? Being able to look around in the environment is a huge advantage in engaging in immersive gameplay. Try it, please. Love, Shams.
No.
So here's the thing. Looking around is part of the immersion, yes. But if all you can do is look around, that gains you a passive ability.
That gains you nothing, really.
Well, it gives you the ability to look around. Like, you can look around while you walk forward. And but here's what I'm getting with That's a passive ability. Games are interactive. If looking around does nothing to aid me in my control of the game, then it does nothing.
The one thing I could see an advantage of, a clear advantage, which the only interest I have, and it's not worth $1,000 worth of equipment and some goofy thing on my head.
Yes.
Like a flight simulator.
All right.
Being able to to have my controls and to be able to quickly look to see if there's anything on my 6.
Yep.
What? That would be useful.
Okay.
And that's the only real thing I could see where it's would really make a difference.
Yeah. I guess I could see that. So you get a $500 flight sim helmet. That's what you get here. Rich, what the fuck is wrong with you? You want to see gameplay in a trailer for a video game? What's next? Wanting gameplay in the game? You fuck.
Just an old man.
Just an old man who wants old man things. You want the announced trailer or the gameplay trailer?
Are we caught up?
We are now caught up, yes.
Okay.
What do you want to watch? Probably the gameplay trailer. Right?
I'll start with the announce. I can do both.
Okay.
I can do both.
Sure.
I'm down for extra Dead Rising. Get out of my way, you stupid... No, not now! Fucking E3 ad popped up in front of my goddamn pause button. In front of the pause button. Like the music.
It's Jingle Bell Rock, man. You can't... I like the music. Do you need more info, Rich? Do you need more info?
Frank West, that's positive.
He's tweeting. He's checking out the tweets. I wonder if they had to pay Twitter to use that in the trailer.
Okay, so that is Frank. It looks nothing like Frank, but I'd be glad to be playing as Frank again. Frank is much uglier. He's got this weird nose that was broken too many times.
Sure.
I'm down with that. Okay. Doesn't tell me much. The character I like is back.
Okay.
I'm happy with that.
I'm happy with that. Yeah, and I've never really cared about the Dead Rising series, so this does not a lot for me.
It's fun zombie bashing.
Sure. Okay, this one says gameplay trailer.
That's why I'm clicking on it.
Oh, and I'm telling that I'm letting the audience know.
Oh my God, we have an audience?
We-
I thought we were just sitting here talking about E3. I didn't know.
We did get a little bit of gameplay. This is gonna be the exact same thing, isn't it? Is this gonna be the exact same trailer?
We'll see. Probably. Let me skip ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
It's the exact same thing.
the exact same trailer. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God! Hey guys, I really need to take a poo and suffer from chronic constipation. Since I don't know how long this will take, I'd greatly appreciate if you watch the Death Standing trailer soon. All right, what's Death Standing? What I don't remember that Death Standing. What is that one? Oh.
Kojima?
Yep.
How much shit is this going to be full of? Then again, it could be good. He also did Zone of the Enders. So, it's 50-50 crapshoot on whether or not this is going to have its head completely up its ass.
Oh, Rich. Oh, wait. What is that down there? Wait, X out of this.
Some kind of...
No, this is like a reaction video. Get out of here. Find like an official PlayStation one or something. That was a reaction video, and then we'd be reacting along with a. Wait, no, not a GameSpot. Do they have like a PlayStation one? Yeah. I would find.
You're asking me as if I know.
Well, type in PlayStation up in the search field. Find it. We want official. We want an official trailer here. I don't want to like find out it's like, because we're already. There we go. That's PlayStation.
Okay.
Reveal trailer. All right.
Oh, I already had it.
All right. I don't want someone to start talking through it while we're already talking through it. That would be embarrassing. Okay. Go. This is it. New Kojima. Hit X on all the things.
That's what our life has become.
Yep.
This modern world. Well, this is just depressing so far.
Soon I'll come around. Lost and never found. Waiting for my words. Seem but never heard. Buried underground. But I'll keep coming.
this a game or a music video? What do I care about this filthy man on an oil beach? Decapitate himself to get his head this far up his ass. Is it a game? Did you say that?
I'm sorry, I think I already saw this. And it's even more ridiculous the second time.
What am I supposed to get out of that? What the fuck am I supposed to get out of that?
Click on the thing too. Oh, I guess you can click on keep the PlayStation 4, but
What was that?
that was all the worst aspects of Hideo Kojima.
Am I going to get any results if I just search for Death Stranding gameplay?
No, that's all they got.
I'm sure that is.
That's all they got.
That's all I got. Well, that's terrific. That's just terrific.
Isn't that the most pretentious thing you've ever seen in anything?
I've seen some pretentious shit in my time.
How about a man holding a baby who turns into black goo into his hands?
I still hold out Zone of the Enders as an example that he can tell a decent story and make a fun game. Zone of the Enders 2 is one of the most fun games ever, and the story works. What kind of game is that? What kind of game is that?
We just don't.
They just need to. Why don't they just say Hideo Kojima is making a new game, and then they wouldn't have to waste all that time making that video because that's the only information I got. The only relevant information I got.
No.
Hideo Kojima.
We got another piece of information. Norman Reedus. Everybody loves Norman Reedus. He's on that Walking Dead show. Everybody loves Norman Reedus.
What is it Konami's making now? What machines? What are those called? Pachinko?
A what? Kachinko?
What are those Pachinko?
Pachinko.
I wonder if they have footage of it.
I probably not. No.
I know, well, I guess we don't need to watch it, but Konami's making a Metal Gear themed Pachinko game. They have a trailer for it.
This isn't it, right?
I don't know if this is the official one, but there's one that's supposedly got like a metric ton of dislikes.
Oh, sure. They're making a Metal Gear Solid 3 Pachinko machine specifically, apparently.
Yeah.
Great. So Death Stranding. I mean, but like
that made about as much sense.
Wait, we need some.
Oh God, I really wish the trailer were that man, that same man, just doing this. He did this. He had to do this for 1 minute with that music, and then then it fades to black. Hideo Kojima. And then the applause just breaks up.
Oh, he did it! He did it! He's breaking out on his own. Yeah, that we Kiwi's the better than me. We did talk Detroit. We're both slightly interested in it. Looks like it could be interesting.
What else do we got?
Okay.
What else do we got?
I would say like we could watch more of that Horizon Zero Dawn, but
Fine.
it seems like approximately the same. It does look like something they revealed in this trailer is there's like a collecting and what do you call it when you combine items?
Crafting?
There's a crafting mechanic, and that makes sense post-apocalypse, and so there is a crafting mechanic. The gameplay looked equally as cool as the gameplay we saw last year.
It's a good way to get me to hoard items and not use them, and to worry about crafting things because I might need the ingredient for something else, and that is why I hate crafting. But
I'm okay with crafting. I'm okay. You know what? As long as you kind of know, once you know what the use is, crafting is good because then you can weigh the pros and the cons of it.
we know about Zelda. We'll get to that.
We'll get
to
to
Zelda.
Well, let's stick with Sony.
Yeah.
They did announce. I did not see it. They are coming out with a new version of Superhot, specifically for VR.
Oh.
Superhot VR. They came out with something I know you're going to be really excited about. They came out with a ton of gameplay footage for the new Pokemon. Even
Do you want to watch it? I don't care.
Actually, you know what? They didn't give trailers. They actually just showed people playing the games, including they showed some new Pokemon, and they look great.
You can talk about it. what here? What am I clicking on? What am I clicking on?
Oh, no. I just want to talk about it. Like, so they showed a new battle royale system, which is a 4-player system, where 4 players can battle at once, which seems kind of neat. They showed kind of the new way they're showing the battles. It's fine. It's all fine. But we don't need to worry about it.
Okay.
It is time to stand up, Leftover Beefcake. You're absolutely right. Let's stand up. Let's take a little break, and then we'll watch some Zelda.
Sure.
How about that?
Sure. What else do we have to talk about? Because we should end with Zelda.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I know there's a lot on that. So.
Oh yeah, there'll be a lot on that. Let's go to
End strong, Jack. End strong.
someone else who kept giving me the link to what was it called? E3recap.com. We already looked at the Spider-Man game. There was an Resident Evil 7 trailer. Oh, yeah, they showed some Recore stuff. Why don't you look up the Recore? Do you remember that from last year? The girl with the robots?
Oh, yeah, and that looked, I don't know, not terribly interesting.
They showed some gameplay. Hold on. Let's stand up and take a break. We'll be back. I keep coming. The world keeps falling down. It's Norman Reedus. Who doesn't like Norman Reedus? Do you remember him from the Boondock Saints? Do you remember? No. I've actually never seen the Boondock Saints. I always meant to. I always meant to see the Boondock Saints. Hoi. I always meant to. Yes, Rabbit Mage. We were both positive about Detroit. It looks like they've turned the story into the gameplay, and it could be interesting. And both Rich and I are sci-fi fans, so it's a story that we are interested in general. No, I don't care about South Park games. I don't. I'm not going to check it out. I didn't check it out, and I'm not going to check it out because I don't care. That's just true. I don't care about South Park. Boondock Saints is awesome. That would make a good review. I've never seen Boondock Saints. I remember when it came out, it was all the hype, and I've just never ever gotten around to seeing it. Horizon is gameplay. What? Forza? We don't care about Forza. We don't care about racing. Racing games. No, we don't care. Oh. What? Oh, we've missed a couple here. Hey, you filthy hack frauds, how dare you question Hideo Kojima Kami-sama? I don't know what that means.
Go fuck yourself.
Great. Ijo79 says, I agree that VR is a gimmick, especially since most demos put us in a crappy IKEA catalog or make us shoot arrows at enemies made up of 6 to 8 polygons. It's not there yet. It might be there one day. It might be. It is not there yet. Lord Belmont says, please do the Resident Evil 7 trailer next. It actually looks cool. Demo is out and free, you fucks. PR Death Stranding not standing. Nice. Well, we'll watch Recore and then we'll watch Resident Evil 7. E. Farron says, thanks for allowing me to see Norman Reedus's bare ass. You are welcome. I mean, we're all welcome. And the Blue Blaze says, so which trailer do you think is the best? Spider logo, God of the Last of Us, Blade Gunner, BioShock as directed by the Joker, Dead Rising Holiday Special, or Hideo Kojima's Descent into Madness?
Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit looked really fun.
Dead Rising, but not that the trailer looked especially amazing, but just I know in general, I think that's a fun gameplay. Mm-hmm. The Dead Rising games, unless they change a whole bunch of shit for no reason, it's a pretty safe bet.
My guess is it's going to be probably pretty the same.
And it stars my favorite protagonist in the series, so you can't go wrong. Mm-hmm. He looks weird.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's in HD now.
Yeah, but he doesn't look like himself, though. This face structure is different.
You know, gotta add the pixels, but
you can do that while still looking like the thing you're supposed to look like.
That could be, yeah.
But that's a minor quibble.
No, Detroit, I am officially interested in. Okay, Recore. If you remember this from last year's E3,
it looked completely uninteresting. Yes.
This was Rey from Star Wars with a bunch of robots before we knew who Rey was. So this gives us a little idea of what the gameplay is going to be. Hopefully. You have to click on
this is what I was saying ads for the other day that I just skipped.
What?
This.
Oh, this game?
Yeah. What was that Wii U game that had the graphics like that, the black and white? What was that called?
I know exactly. Mad World.
Yeah, Mad World.
So it's a third-person shooter, and you get rocket boots. It actually looks a lot like Vanquish.
Unless there is extensive bullet time, I'll probably have a hard time playing it because of the controller.
Yeah. Well, it's also on Windows 10.
Oh, well, then you go.
Because all of the games.
They want to compete with Valve, and it's just not going to happen. Building the robots?
It looks like they're used for different things.
Okay.
They're your helpers. They're your robot helpers. So you probably have to figure out which robots to use in which situation and how to...
Part strategy game? Part third-person shooter?
Could be. Part platformer. Looks interesting. Not, not special, but I'm down. I like robots. Xbox One and Windows 10, because everything is on Xbox One and Windows 10.
Well, as a PC user, that's fine by me.
Right.
Okay.
Oh no! Like I said, the only funny part to me was after an entire conference of saying like on Windows 10, on Windows 10. Also, we got new Xboxes for sale. Huh? Anybody? Anybody?
Look, if you don't mind using a controller, and most people don't,
Right.
then it's far cheaper than buying a gaming PC.
That's true. That's true. Okay, they want us to watch the Resident. Click off the thing.
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me. I don't think I have any. It's not like I have my tax information up on the screen.
Oh no.
Here's my social.
They're gonna. they're gonna see that you have a Yahoo bookmark because that's your preferred search engine. Oh Jesus Christ!
It's not my preferred search engine.
No, maybe you guys are misunderstanding why it's funny. It's funny because they spent the whole conference, like, I get it. I have a Windows 10. I'm a console gamer. I have a Xbox One. Never mind. It's I get it. Everything's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Is this what I'm looking for?
Sure. Yeah, why not? You know what? Why not? I don't know.
I have like no fucks to give for Resident Evil.
Yep.
By the way,
I agree with you. I agree with you.
like if there's a beloved character in this trailer, it's not going to mean jack shit to me.
Thanks too much, Nuki. You get it.
She's back.
Who's back? Why are they back?
She's back.
Who's she? I don't care.
She's back.
I've never played any of the Resident Evil games.
She's back. You never played any of them?
I played a little bit of the first one. Wasn't my jam.
You didn't play 4?
No.
Oh, 4 is really fun.
Most of what I know about Resident Evil comes from the movies, so
4 is a fun game. I liked 4. I didn't care for the first ones because of the fixed cameras.
I can only presume the two universes have nothing to do with each other.
Not much. They have similar things. Resident Evil 4, the only good one.
Isn't that the one that's mostly a shooter?
Yeah.
Oh, is it available on the PC? Because if it's not, then the controls suck. There's my review.
Game for a while, GameCube exclusive. Resident Evil 4.
Cube or
Cube.
Wii?
Cube.
Okay.
GameCube exclusive for a little bit. I understand that was the point. The fixed cameras were to add tension. I did not care for it. Oh, they do say there is a PC version on Steam.
Okay.
This is the Resident Evil 7 trailer.
I'm sure I would be very hyped if I were a Resident Evil fan. I'm saying nothing. Okay. Oh, that's clever. That's clever. That's clever the way they did the 7.
Did they put the 7 in the evil? Isn't that fun?
What do you want out of me?
Do you think that's kind of fun how they put the 7 in the evil?
What the fuck do you want
Do you
out of
think
me?
that's kind of cool?
I'm not a Resident Evil fan. This trailer tells me nothing. It tells me absolutely nothing.
Yep.
I got nothing to go on there. All right.
Great. All right.
A gameplay demo walkthrough.
Oh,
That's something.
oh, sure.
That's something. I'm going to let it play. I'm going to allow this.
Unsecured printers can
Oh
put your
no,
network
unsecured
at
printers,
risk.
Rich.
Oh no.
Skip ahead a little bit. Beginning hour.
You do know I don't like survival horror either, right?
I think that's why they want you to watch it. Get out of the house, Rich. I shall dash them against the stones.
All right, you go and do that, pal.
Okay, buddy.
Don't have a videotape. Well, nobody really does anymore except for us. We have too many. I could loan you one.
This got 4 pies on PewDiePie's pie chart of jump scares.
Do you like Cyborg 2? I have Abraxas.
Did the game need to tell us that a fuse was missing there? Do you think? Do you think that was necessary, Rich? Hopefully there is a option to turn off the hints. That was dumb.
It sure was a door. It sure is a hallway. Where's the monster? Where's the monster gonna jump out at you?
Atomic Mousetrap says, if Norman Reedus can turn babies into crude oil, I hope this means gas prices will be under $2 a gallon soon.
Turn them babies into oil.
Turn them.
Do it.
Wire Transfer says, please check out Horizon Zero Dawn demo. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Maybe. Yeah, we'll check it out. I like it. It looks cool. The Resident Evil 7 trailer tells RE fans nothing either. It is unrecognizable. The movies also have nothing to do with the games. Also, you should see the Dishonored 2 trailer. Okay. Ooh, baby oil.
Sure, walking around. It's a house. That's a house.
You did it, Rich. You figured out the mystery.
He needs to do some cleaning.
You can look at that doll finger. Watch the Days Gone announcement and gameplay trailer, says Anonymous.
What was it called?
Someone wants us to check out the Horizon Zero Dawn. Someone wants us to check out Days Gone. What do you want to watch? Horizon Zero Dawn? That's fun dinosaurs. You want to watch a fun dinosaurs? I like dinosaurs. Robot dinosaurs? Yeah, we're fucking done with Resident Evil 7 already. Boom.
I know I am.
Boom.
I don't want to go to PlayStation's thing. I just want you to play
this one.
Play the.
No, go back. And the third one.
That's not an actual.
No, that's the channel.
Oh, that's stupid.
That's the Horizon Zero Dawn.
And don't go to the event. Don't cover my pause button. I always want to cover my pause button. It's like the Space Cop logo. We're gonna sue them. The logo looks too much like the Space Cop logo.
Yeah, that game looks super generic, the Days Gone.
Which one?
Days Gone.
Which one was that?
We'll watch that one next.
Okay.
We haven't seen that one yet. You haven't seen that one yet. Okay.
World you can walk around in.
By the way, so first thing, by the way, just gameplay right away.
Turn back. Corrupted machines in the valley.
I have to cross.
This is the same thing we saw last year, isn't it?
No, it's a different thing. It's the same game, but it's a different part of the game. If that first thing was even a part of the game.
open world robot dinosaurs. I get it. That seems kind of neat.
Yeah.
I don't know if the game's gonna be groundbreaking. I don't know, but
Show walkers.
Probably
Let's
not.
have a look.
Probably not.
I got something to work with. I'm pretty sure this is what we watched last year.
No. Last year, remember there was like the big field with the big one, the giant ones. This is definitely different. See, look, she's.
Was she
she's
played around? I
scanning
think they're
us.
more elk-like, the ones she was playing around with last year.
Yeah, it was definitely different.
Okay.
Risky, but I need the components.
No, we won't be watching the newest Neil Breen trailer. This is an E3 live stream.
This all seems fairly neat.
But also, you can tell exactly what kind of game this is going to be.
Yeah.
Whoa, long slide. Oh, and a bunny rabbit.
2 explosive traps coming right up.
So yeah, here's the crafting. I know you don't like crafting. I know you don't like crafting.
It makes me reluctant to use anything. And it makes me reluctant to build things because I don't know if I'm going to need the scarce material for this or
Sure.
something else later.
You did it. I came from Mother's Rise.
Look, it's
Corrupted the Dark
hipsters.
Village.
Yes, and something
Is that
worse.
is that the M. Night Shyamalan twist? They're just paying to live like this? This is a vacation resort?
From the forest. Drove a group of watchers mad.
At the end of the game, you get your MacBook back.
Oh god, I gotta check my Facebook.
I keep running from Mother's Crown.
Not Facebook. Hipsters wouldn't use that. I gotta.
Oh, I gotta check
I
my
gotta check my
Instagram.
Instagram.
I don't do demons and I don't run when wives are at stake. Get out of here.
You're crazy.
The Village too. The villaging, absolutely.
Yeah, just read them during this.
Oh sure.
The village.
Okay, well, so you know we get a little look at the map here,
Yeah.
which seems interesting. But I want you to.
Get a mount.
Okay.
Broadheads. If I
So she-
override one of those, that should
She
do
says
it.
she needs to get a mount.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you get to ride the robot dinosaurs. I'm double interested now. Let's see. Yonder says yes, but are they physically connected robot dinosaurs? And are any of them detectives who hit on widows at funerals before their cookie time?
What?
I don't understand that, Yonder. I'm sorry.
Sorry, not
Never Wealthy, Always Rich says, I remember liking the Uncharted games, but after hearing Rich, I realized I mostly like the pretty graphics. And what happened in between the cutscenes was mediocre. Thanks for helping me see the light.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't care if you like Uncharted. It's not my goal to make you not like what you like. I comment on what I see.
Oh, sure.
And I don't like what I see when I play Uncharted.
But I think a lot of people...
That's just my opinion.
Right. I do think a lot of people are sucked in by the nice graphics and the cutscenes, and they get it. I think it's good to get involved with the character of Drake. You know, like, hopefully then the story is doing a good job, but, you know...
The village.
Look at that, you get to ride a robot dinosaur. That's so fucking awesome.
What's that noise?
Does it look like a $60 game?
This
is worth $60.
It's corrupting the Watcher.
Depends how big they are. How big the game is, you know.
Yeah.
Could be.
Here we go.
But combat looks fun. Robot dinosaurs, if it's a big world with lots of stuff to do, yeah, I could see it being a $60 game. You know, the overworld and kind of the way she's getting around reminds me a lot of oh no, I forgot. What was the generic fantasy game we played?
Shadow of Mordor?
Not Shadow of Mordor, the one we did for the show.
You didn't have mounts in that. And the Dragon's Dogma.
Dragon's Dogma. Oh no, but just like it kind of seems free roaming, which I
Yeah.
like. In Dragon's Dogma, if you could like tame a beast and have it be your mount, that would be fucking awesome.
It looks like there might be a bit more to the battles in this.
Yes. Yes. Dragon's Dogma. Oh, you called your mount back to you. Oh, look at this. Look at this, Rich.
Knocking over trees.
Mount combat. I'm so into this. I'm so fucking into this.
No, it looks neat.
People are saying they get Witcher 3 vibes. Okay. All right. So it's Zelda. Yeah, it does look a lot. you get to ride your horse and shoot your bow and arrow on the horse.
Why can't that thing just rip the tethers off?
They're very strong tethers. And we can only assume that if there was just one tether, maybe after a while it could. Maybe.
Why doesn't it charge her? Damn it. It's a stupid robot. Why is it so dumb?
Because it's a stupid robot.
So it's weak. It's glowing. It's a weak spot. No, that seems neat.
Machine. It looks ancient. Where did it come from?
I think it looks neat. Consider me officially hyped.
Alright, so what do we got going on?
What game is that? That is Horizon Zero Dawn.
Wait.
That is
There you go. That's what game that is.
That's what game that is. Horizon Zero Dawn. They announced it at last year's E3.
Yeah.
They're still working on it. I have no idea when it's going to be released. It looks cool. Robo dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So. Alfonso Sparklefat says the Xbox situation is funny. Microsoft knows that it's much easier to get Windows 10 into your PC than an Xbox into your house. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's absolutely true. And so they're pushing a dangerous double game, which is they really want their users to switch to Windows 10. And so now they're bringing over a bunch of games and saying, oh, these games are Windows 10 only. They won't play on Windows 7.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's murdering Xbox sales.
Here's the thing. Are they shooting themselves in the foot? Are these things only going to be available in the Windows Store? Because then they're just shooting themselves in the foot.
Possibly.
Nobody wants to use the fucking Windows Store. At least if these were on Steam and Windows only on Steam, they'd have a chance. I say this, I'm not the biggest proponent of Steam, because it's just another DRM service, but
they at least have a reputation.
They have a good reputation.
Yeah. And the Blue Blaze says trailers to watch: Dishonored 2, Prey, Quake Champions, Mass Effect Andromeda, Inside, South Park, Watch Dogs 2, Grow Up, Faye, Bound, Legend of Zelda, Battlefield 1, Call of Duty. Oh, yeah. I do want you to watch the Call of Duty trailer. You know what? I'm not going to watch the South Park one. I don't care about South Park.
Wait, what do we have listed there?
Look up the Call of Duty. I want you to see the Call of Duty game.
Oh, wait. Why are you not?
Did you run out of batteries?
It ran out or knocked them loose.
I just don't care about South Park. I'm very sorry. I'm sure the games are going to be fun. Oh, just wasn't in there.
So what did you want me to look up?
That's right. I want you to look up the Call of Duty trailer. Okay. It seems like... yeah.
Our survival as a species has always depended on our drive to seek out the undiscovered, push beyond our limits, and expand the boundaries of our known world. With Mass Effect, we are going further than ever before. To Andromeda, to build a new home for humanity. Imagine distant star systems with remote and hostile planets, teeming with alien life and civilizations. Worlds where adventure, danger, and the unknown are waiting to be discovered. We've created a universe that you will lose yourself in, a whole new galaxy for you to explore.
Oh, Rich, you must have hit the wrong link. That was Mass Effect Andromeda.
All right, Call of Duty, what?
I wanted to, I don't know, Infinite Warfare, that's what it's called. Yeah, that's the one. Don't play it yet, though. Pause it. I do want to talk to you a little bit about Mass Effect. Someone tweeted a question at Prereq.
Yeah.
And I answered it, but I wanted your answer.
Yeah.
I answered it to the best of my knowledge.
Okay.
And they said, isn't it unfair to hold the other Mass Effect games against Andromeda because it's an entirely new dev team? Wouldn't that be like criticizing Star Trek Next Generation for the sins of Star Trek the original series?
For one, Star Trek the original series didn't have any sins.
That was just the example. But yeah, go ahead.
And if it's an entirely new dev team, then just make it an entirely new game? I don't know. You're holding on to an IP that's been obliterated. You've made a game based on an IP that is dead to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't care what you do in your sequel. I don't want to get invested again so they can burn me again because somebody decides that art means death. And all the other things that went wrong. I don't care.
That was basically my reaction was they get the new dev team gets both the benefits and the disadvantages of Mass Effect. They get a franchise. They get the name recognition of Mass Effect, and along with that, they get everything negative associated with Mass Effect, and that's the balance. And so yeah, I'm glad I answered that correctly. Okay.
They built the universe, Rich. They also tore it down. Look, I tried to play 1 after playing 3, and even though 1 is largely a self-contained story, the whole fucking thing felt like a miserable funeral march because of Mass Effect 3.
Yeah.
The series has been tainted. The characters in Andromeda, they're not the characters that I cared about in the previous games, who were tainted. I got nothing there that I care about. Just bad memories. A universe that used to be awesome, but is now just bad memories. That's what I've got with Andromeda.
Absolutely. And if it's a new dev team, why not just make a new franchise? Make a space exploration game. It's because they wanted the benefits of the Mass Effect name.
I can go to a restaurant and nearly die from like a severe case of food poisoning. I'm not going to want to go back to that restaurant.
What if it's under new management?
I'm not going to don't want to go back to that restaurant. There's a whole bunch of badness associated with it.
And it's not just like under new management. Like it's under new management, but it's still serving the same style of food. Because that's what Mass Effect is, right? That's what Andromeda is. Like, sure, it's under new management, but it's the same style of food. The only reason I wanted to watch this was because as I was watching E3, as you know, like I just kind of had it on in the background. I started watching this trailer. You can go ahead and play it. This is the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I didn't see that it was a Call of Duty game, or I didn't know that it was a Call of Duty game. And so I'm watching this trailer, and parts of it look really cool to me. And oh, hold on, I'm going to burp. I didn't want to burp right in the microphone, sorry. To me, I called this game even before I knew it was Call of Duty. I actually tweeted, I tweeted out, so Call of Duty Battlestar Galactica? Because that's what it kind of looks like. Wait till you see this. It looks kind of cool.
Yeah, but if the shooting gameplay is similar, then I know what you're getting into, and it's not something that particularly interests me.
Oh, absolutely not. Like, as soon as I found out it was a Call of Duty game, I said, fuck it. But just seeing the trailer, I was a little interested.
Yeah.
We've got 4 new hotspots on radar, sir.
Check.
A plotted course on your orders, sir.
What's our target, Reyes?
Stand by for objective. We've got a set-depth destroyer in lunar orbit. We'll coordinate a takedown with Tigris. Let's mount up, Lieutenant.
Let's mount up. Mount up.
Your Jackal's up on Bay 3.
I'll tell again, according to Rich, yes, it is that bad.
Which?
Mass Effect 3.
Yeah.
The ending.
Yes, it is.
Captain? Ethan's already in back, sir.
You said, Ethan? Good to go, sir.
This is where I started poking my head in. And I was like, oh, you getting a ship?
Mass Effect 3
yeah.
took a franchise that, at the point before Mass Effect 3 came out, I liked it more than Star Trek, and you know I like Star Trek.
You love Star Trek.
It was... The Mass Effect universe was the neater, harder sci-fi, not that Star Trek, especially that but that kind of like science fiction, actual science fiction, that kind of Star Trek politics, mixed with the kind of action you might see in like Star Wars. It was really neat. And now it's dead. Now it's a corpse. They made a wonderful universe into a miserable place that I never, ever want to see or visit again.
Thanks, AT.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I feel bad. I've never been a fan of who's the developer?
BioWare.
I've never been a fan of BioWare games, so it's like I never played Mass Effect.
Check 1-1.
But so without knowing this is Call of Duty, just watch this gameplay. You're in a ship. You're fighting.
Well, here's the thing: is this a lot of ship combat?
I don't know.
Because if it is, that might be fun. I don't like their World War II on the ground machine gun play where you die real quick, have low health, and the multiplayer is the major focus. But I don't know. I might be able to get into a neat ship combat game.
Right? You're fighting giant battleships in space. That's awesome.
I did kind of like the TIE Fighter portions of the... What was that, the last Star Wars
Battlefield?
one? Battlefield.
Yeah, or Battlefront.
Battlefront, whatever it was.
Battle?
I mean, this is the kind of thing I can get behind.
Yeah.
Then again, it's probably largely 99% multiplayer with a very short single-player campaign.
Yeah.
So I'm not so fond of that.
Eyes on. Tigers for visual.
So I saw this, and then I said, so Call of Duty Battlestar Galactica? Before I knew it was an actual Call of Duty game.
3, 2, 1, go, go, go! 1, 2,
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, well.
Raj, let's get there.
We got hostiles! More incoming!
Yep, then you get standard Call of Duty combat.
Oh, with 0G.
Yeah. You got a grappling hook.
I just don't care about multiplayer.
Did you hear that they? You probably didn't. Titanfall 2.
Yeah.
You know, we played the Titanfall.
Yeah.
Titanfall 2 is coming out with a focus on a single player campaign.
I've heard about that.
Yeah. Which could be interesting. A meaty single player campaign.
Really?
According to them, yes.
Well, maybe I'll check that out.
They said they heard people's complaints.
I don't know, that kind of stuff's neat.
Here's our infill.
Their blast shields are up. Copy. Tigress, we are exterior of the bridge, preparing to breach. Force in, let's go! Staff Sergeant, cover the exit. Ethan.
Oh, that's some great oxygen you have there. Be a shame if someone blew it out of the spaceship for you.
Alert! This vessel has been compromised. All personnel to bridge response.
Activating gravity. Tigress actual, weapons are down, moving to exfil. Go loud!
Think we got their attention? Clear the hold. Coming down the stairs.
Second level. 1 minute, let's go! Got him!
Coming from the control room.
I don't know, there's a decent single-player campaign to this. I might be willing to check it out.
It looks like really cool space stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like space.
I know you do. I like space too, except for in comic books.
Shield up!
Though aren't they obsessed with killing off the protagonist, like, during the game? I don't like that at all. I don't want to play as 8 different people.
Press F to war crime.
Depressurize and grab hold!
Yes, if there's one way you can describe Rich Evans, is that he likes space.
Yeah!
The gobbledygooks, I don't want to watch the scale-bound thing. That looked... Yeah. That looked like a big boat of nah.
No, I gotta give it to him. This is the first Call of Duty where I've actually found myself saying, "Oh, you know what? Might want to give this a shot."
Oh.
If it has a decent single player campaign.
Right.
Because I don't give no fucks about multiplayer.
Hey, Rich.
What?
Read,
No.
Read the Casey Hudson quote for those who don't understand what a violation of trust and faith Mass Effect 3 was.
Which one?
They linked to something. Hold on.
Our blood has been spilled.
Looks like we're rolling in with everything we got.
Is that it? Is that it?
He talks about how there's going to be so many different endings and we do whatever we want. Yeah, and this makes no sense if you don't know how the actual Mass Effect 3 ends, with the 3 endings that are basically the same with different flavors.
Mm-hmm.
And none of the choices you've been making throughout 2 games that emphasize that you decide the fate of the galaxy, and do you save these people and let those ones die? Or does humanity join with the Galactic Council, or does humanity take over the Galactic Council? And you engineer these things. You make your own story.
Mm-hmm.
And oh god, I can't read. Where's the that's a the story arc is coming to an end with this game. That means the ending can be a lot more different. At this point, we're taking into account so many decisions that you've made as a player and reflecting a lot of that stuff. It's not even any way like traditional game endings where you can say how many endings there are, or whether you get ending A, B, or C. No, we had blue, green, and red. That's a lot different. The endings have a lot more sophistication and variety in them. We have a rule in our franchise that there's no canon. You as a player decide what your story is. Until you get to Mass Effect 3, and we say, no, you don't have any control over your story. And this character you've been building, he's our character, and we want him back. And he's going to say this thing here. And then that thing there is going to happen. Because fuck you. Yeah.
You know.
What do we got? Should I keep watching this? What's going
No,
on?
it's done.
It's done?
Yeah, it's
All
done.
right.
That was it was just space stuff, and I saw that and I said, "Ooh, that looks a lot like Battlestar Galactica," and I really like Battlestar Galactica. And
As someone who has traditionally not liked the Call of Duty series, that that looks interesting. The zero-G grappling hook stuff was neat.
It was neat. Why don't you look up Days Gone if you want to be a little more bummed out about the future of gaming. See if you can find
Rich confirmed for butthurt. Well, no shit. Maybe that's because I got butt raped.
Usually it hurts a little bit afterwards. Scroll down. Not the announcement trailer. Do they have scroll down. Extended gameplay walkthrough.
Is this The Last of Us again?
Yeah.
No. Jesus Christ.
I know. You know what? We don't need to watch this. Let's not watch this. How about that? You know what it is?
Wait.
Yeah, watch the announcement trailer. Because you know what it is?
Last of Us?
This.
I'm going to the bathroom.
Someone asked me once if I remember how it went down, as if it happened so long ago that anyone could forget.
I can't.
So
What am I supposed to do?
I remember.
It's a dumb zombie game where you play as a biker. That's it. That's all it is. There's nothing special about this. It's a zombie game where you play as a biker.
When the wilderness became our only
That's
hope
it.
for survival.
There's nothing more
planes fell out
to
of
this
the
game
skies.
than you're a biker and
When
we
the
fight the
trains
zombies.
stopped running. When the turbines shut down and the world went dark.
I don't care about
remember when they put
you
up the
can't.
razor wire.
Who has enough
Was gonna stop
room in their heart for more
Feds
zombies?
ran out of
Not me.
body bags.
I have no room in my heart for more zombies. I'm so fucking done with zombies.
He's dead.
Some lost more than that. Much more.
I cannot care about zombies anymore. I don't have it in me. I don't have the patience anymore for this kind of shit. After how many seasons of the Walking Dead are we in now? I can always go back and play Left 4 Dead and have a really fun zombie experience. I will not care about another zombie game.
The smell of your hair.
No, I'm done with The Walking Dead. Last season was sucked.
I remember you.
I'm a natural salesman. I just don't care about this.
Now I'm a drifter, a bounty hunter, a mercenary, and for me,
Jack confirmed for normal audience. That's what everyone said during this trailer was, oh, zombies, another fucking zombie. Fuck zombies. Fuck zombies. No, his girlfriend, she's already dead. She's going to be dead the whole time. I'm sorry, that's the spoiler. You know that's the spoiler. The girlfriend, it's going to be about finding her or whatever. She's going to be dead the whole time. Watch. Wait, we got to, boom. Turn that off and cancel. It's so fucking dumb. It looks so fucking dumb. What's the gameplay trailer gonna do for us? It's gonna show him shooting zombies. We don't care about people shooting zombies anymore. As a nation, I am running for president. I want to let you know this. I'm announcing my candidacy for president. I'm running on one platform. No more zombie games. I'm putting a 2-year ban on zombie games. We're going to go 2 full years where nobody makes any zombie games so it can come out fresh again.
Except Dead Rising.
Huh?
Except Dead Rising.
No, nobody cares about zombie games anymore.
Jack, if
I don't care about zombie games.
you don't make Dead Rising 4 exempt, then I'm not supporting you. You won't get my endorsement.
Let it come out in 2 years.
You'll never be president without my endorsement.
Let it come out in 2 years.
All right. How was that?
It's a game where you play as a biker and you fight zombies.
Okay.
That's it. That's fucking it.
What do we got? What's E3? What's E3 enough?
Jack, you're a fool to think the Constitution gives it. Okay, how about this, Rich? Can I do this to get you back on the Jack Packard for President train?
Mm-hmm.
There's a grandfather clause, so any game currently in production.
Well, I mean, sure.
Any game currently in production gets to finish and release their game.
Okay, you have my support then.
Okay, great. And then a 2-year ban on all new zombie games. We need a break.
Which one? 9 minutes and 4 minutes. Well, 10 minutes and 4.5.
The 10-minute one?
Okay. I don't know.
I don't know either. Not flip-flopping. I'm clarifying the rules.
He's playing the game.
Obviously.
Much like Hillary Clinton, where she's just completely full of shit.
Obviously, there's no way to stop production on something already being made. So I have to be practical about my legislation, Rich.
Mm-hmm.
Practical. So any game currently being produced, and I don't mean just in the writing stages either. You need to have gameplay footage. You can continue production. After that 2-year ban.
Okay, I love their logo. It's appropriate for what they're doing.
Yes. Oh wait, X out that.
Yeah.
They're here, Jason. Find them.
Jack Packard is soft on zombie
Bring
games.
them to Mommy.
I literally have one issue that I'm running on here. I have one campaign issue that I'm running on.
Zombie games?
A 2-year ban on all zombie games. Maybe more. What is my position on XCOM? Are there zombies involved?
Not really.
No, they're aliens. They get to be made.
I would be fine if you take these zombie-ish aspects out of XCOM.
Yeah.
Those kind of weird chrysalid aliens. If you get rid of them, you know what? I'm fine with that. Okay.
They don't belong
So
here,
obviously this is
Jason.
the Friday the 13th game.
I missed how we found her. I wasn't looking. I was looking at you about the
Right.
XCOM thing. So I didn't really see what happened.
So in this game, it's multiplayer, right?
Yeah.
And some people play as campers, and one person plays as Jason. And so he has to find people hiding. Oh, we can hear something in there.
Can he not run?
Or maybe he has like a limited sprint.
Can't anyone just keep running from him? I mean, you think that'd be a viable strategy?
Yeah.
Here's how you win the game. You just leave the cabin and you just keep running.
We'll see.
You just pick a direction.
Oh.
All right. If this is multiplayer only, are they playing against like small children? She just ran right into him.
Maybe.
The player just ran right into him. Something weird about that.
They're saying Jason does not have a run.
Boy. Hunt them down and make them pay.
Like the people we've seen die in this seem like they deliberately walked into Jason so they could be killed so they could show off the gameplay.
Possibly.
Maybe we'll understand what's going on seeing it from
Maybe, perhaps the survivors have some sort of
limited vision,
or some sort of objective they need to complete, where they need to like find 3 things around the campsite.
How did he get away?
I don't know. Oh, so he does have some. Okay, so like he has special hearing and vision. Apparently, he has like a Jason vision. Oh, okay. So he turned on the music to lure Jason in and then open the window, hoping that Jason would think that he left.
Yeah.
Okay. I get it.
Oh, get out and run out the door and you're fine. Run out the door. Just keep running. I think this game's going to end up having a lot of flaws.
Balance flaws? Quite possibly.
I think the flaw is going to be the experience they want. They're going to find has a hard time actually working.
Right.
That's just my gut feeling.
This is an early alpha version of the game.
Yeah.
No, Shorian, yes, I know the Days Gone cinematic trailer is trash. I've been complaining about this, and you agree that it sucks. Please watch the gameplay trailer. The gameplay trailer is him fighting zombies. We all know what that is going to be. You know what that's going to be? It's going to be one guy shooting a horde of zombies. And I do not fucking care about one guy shooting a horde of zombies. I don't even care about fucking Dead Rising shooting a horde of zombies. But at least in Dead Rising, you get fun weapons and it looks like a joyful time. He is one sad dude shooting zombies. That's it. I'm sorry if this is a game that you are super into. I do not care about it.
Is his wife dead? Is it super emotional?
His girlfriend, I'm sure. There's a shot of his girlfriend on the back of his motorcycle. And we don't see her. I don't care. I'm sorry if you do. Sarah Chen says, this is the first time I've seen Jack this frustrated. I'm just done with zombie games. Sarah Chen, I don't have it in my heart. I just don't. And mix that with bland looking third-person shooting.
Yeah.
I expected parents to show up.
There are really great zombie games. Make zombie games dead again, yes.
But nothing happened. Nothing changed.
Well, how are people feeling about this?
Quiet. Someone will
I want some more gameplay footage.
They opened it again the next year. And they were
Yeah, I'm not sure the gameplay footage I saw really worked.
Yeah, I need a little...
Relax, babe. Probably just Steve trying to scare us.
They're just kids, right? So was he.
I
was
need a
just
little...
an innocent boy. I was a good mother to him.
Let's see if there's more gameplay. This looks like more... No, we've seen all this already.
Is this the exact same stuff we saw?
Well, this is just showing off the camp.
Okay.
See if there's, like, footage of people doing more things. No. All right.
Fuck it. Fuck it. It's dead to me.
I mean, obviously it's very early, right? It's very, very early. Jason seems to have a great superpower where he can see people even at far distances.
So then, once you can't see them anymore, you know they're hiding nearby, and you just try stabbing under the bed.
Right.
And there's flaws here.
There's some flaws. Okay, Rich is going to watch the Days Gone gameplay now.
I better be wowed. I better be fucking wowed.
Bike's down. Alright, Two Dog, where the hell are you?
Zip.
Get out!
I've been very vocal about it. Rich has yet to see it. People said they wanted to see it.
What, this?
Yeah. People said they want us to see it.
Oh, shit.
That was like a little baby zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two Dog. Two Dog!
Why didn't you aim at that kid in the first place?
Two
These fast zombies? I presume they are.
I don't know what's fast. I mean, yeah, they move. They move.
Look around, brother. You know how this is gonna end.
Are they all naked grape things?
Some of them don't have clothes on. You know, like their shirts ripped off. Or whatever.
Okay.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Come on, come on.
Why would you even bother shooting at those?
Right.
Why would you waste your ammo like that?
Right. Right? Shooty, shooty, tink, 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 tink. You're right, this is just sad and bland.
Those really obnoxious World War Z movie zombies. Which I guess is kind of neat to see.
The big horde coming at you?
Yeah, they're crawling over each other.
Yeah, I'm just so fucking
It's a weird visual.
Yeah. This is if World War Z and Sons of Anarchy had a shitty baby. Had a zombie baby. I love watching console games where the character isn't able to turn quickly.
Controller's just as good as the mouse and
just
keyboard.
Just as good. I mean, anybody who said, and speaking as a controller person, if anyone says a controller is just as good as a mouse, they're lying to themselves. There's many reasons to use a controller, comfort, but it's not nearly as good as a mouse.
Okay, we're all dead.
Or are they? Dun dun dun.
Come on. Come on.
That's it. That's the gameplay trailer, Rich. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. I mean, it's it. It's a zombie game. It's a zombie game, and you play as a biker guy. That's it. That's just it. For Pride the Magician, I use a controller in TF2 too. I love controllers. I'm a controller person. I prefer a controller even in first-person shooters. But a mouse is definitely more accurate. I prefer the feel of a controller though. So that's it.
What do we got?
Days Gone. What?
What do we got? What do we
They
got?
want you to watch Dishonored 2. So that's why that trailer, by the way, is why I'm fucking done with zombie games. So fucking bland. So fucking bland. So fucking bland, like all the fucking time. Everybody's done with zombie games. Can we all agree on that? Great. Jack for President, 2016. 2 year ban. Obviously grandfathered in if your game is currently in production.
Yeah, I'm okay if you make the sole exception Dead Rising 4. I'm okay with that.
No, any game right now currently in production.
Well,
you
that
get
means
to finish it.
that means that one has to be released.
It does. That's fine, and that's fine. It's currently in production, Rich. Click the X on that. You got X's to click, Rich.
I didn't notice it went up there, Jack.
We'll get to Zelda. We'll get to Zelda. I'm not watching South Park. I don't care about South Park. Hi, Blana face. Let's watch the South Park trailer. I need to watch the South Park trailer before I can consider my vote. Are there zombies in it?
Looks like Dishonored 2.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Huh? Oh, sure. I don't know what Dishonored 2 looks like, but I'm sure it does. Who chooses the music for gameplay trailers?
I don't know.
Do they just have like they have a vault full of mid-tempo cover songs that they use for every gameplay trailer?
Yes. Okay. No, I still haven't gotten around to playing the first one yet. Looks like something I would like. Need to get around to it.
Great. 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 Okay. Let's watch the Zelda.
Oh, is Zelda? Where?
Yeah, why not? We'll get to Zelda. We'll get to the Zelda. I'm sure there are lots of thoughts on the Zelda. Don't you think, Rich?
Yeah.
Don't you think it's time?
So what are we starting with here?
What are we starting with? There's the gameplay trailer. We could just put on one of the longer ones. Not the Amiibo gameplay. Yeah, let's go to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild exploration gameplay.
Is there other types of gameplay they showed?
Well, I think this is just the basic stuff.
Yeah.
That just seems like easy stuff.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3. I'm Sam, joined by my colleagues Nate, Chico, and Teresa.
Probably mute this.
Are they going to be talking over it?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, just mute it and skip forward until we get to actual gameplay. So, did you see any of this? Have you seen any of the Zelda?
I don't know. I didn't see the specific video, but I've seen a little bit.
Okay.
I like what they said that you can climb anywhere that you can see. You can climb over it.
Yep.
Which means no invisible walls.
Yeah.
Which I'm a fan of.
You can climb on the rocks. You don't need special grass to climb on the rocks.
You can go anywhere at the start of the game.
Yep.
I think that's a good thing.
And that's what they are saying, and that is very, very exciting. This is going back to Zelda, The Legend of Zelda.
What's weird for me?
Okay.
Don't take this as a complaint. It's just weird.
Uh-huh.
Not seeing the traditional green tunic. Isn't it weird? Supposedly, changing clothes is going to be important in this game. Like, there's areas with different weather.
I saw that.
If you're in an area that is cold, you're going to want to change your clothes into something warmer.
Yep. Also, you can pick up different weapons and use weapons, and if you use a weapon too much, it can break down. It can.
Is it even a Zelda game if you're not wearing the green tunic? That's an honest question. What makes a Zelda game a Zelda game?
Well, this is, like I said, going back to classic Zelda, exploration.
Yeah.
Is what makes a Zelda game a Zelda game. Exploration. Well, no. Well, if you would look at the original Legend of Zelda, It's two things, right? Exploration and combat. That's it. And that's what this looks like, and it looks great. It looks fucking great. You get to explore.
It's The Witcher with a Zelda skin.
Apparently, I would like The Witcher. The Witcher's too big for me, though. I can't get into it. Link does have an iPhone. Link has a tablet.
Is the map huge? Like, that's good.
That's how big the fucking map is. Isn't that great?
Then again, with the big map, I have no sense of scale. Like, how big is that area that was highlighted?
Right.
It could be really small, but...
Jakku Zillik Script Scrap says, "Hey guys, did you get my Star Wars DVD to sign? Sent it in a month and a half ago. If you ain't going to sign it, can you send it back? I sent postage also. Thanks."
Send an email to Red Letter Contact. What is this? Yeah.
Contact at Red
Contact
Letter
at Red Letter Media. I think there was one we got. We didn't either lost or didn't have an address to send it to. I think.
Maybe.
I don't know that you were not. I recall there being something somebody sent to sign and we didn't know where to send it.
But so, this looks great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super excited about this. You can walk all over the place.
Our exploration's neat. I like the fact that you can go anywhere. I saw Link like climbing a mountain. Like he had. Like,
Yep. You can take that axe that you got there and you can chop down trees.
Yep.
That's neat. That's super neat. Everything about this looks incredibly, incredibly neat, and I'm really excited about it. Like I have nothing, unfortunately. Like I don't have a ton to add because the gameplay footage we've been shown over and over again is this same section.
Yeah, so we haven't seen anything other than this section.
People at E3 they have a half-hour time limit.
Yeah,
and so basically we only get a little area to explore, and they haven't been. So, like, we know nothing about the story of the game, the greater setting, the missions, the things you're supposed to do. But look at that. You can just go fucking anywhere. That's fucking great. This looks like exactly what I wanted, which is a game that has the spirit of the original Legend of Zelda with better graphics and better gameplay. Because let's be honest, the swipe combat of the original isn't very good, isn't very fun.
I've heard it's releasing simultaneously on the Wii U and the NX.
Yes. Look at this. There's a mountain there.
Yeah.
Fucking climb it.
Which they didn't show anything on the NX, did they?
No information on the NX. Oh, hold on. CB Normandy says, "I am a designer at an Activision studio. Regarding trailer music, generally developers send footage to Activision and their marketing department cuts the trailers out of the best footage." Oh. So a marketing department.
Well, here's a question. Why don't they ever show gameplay footage in these trailers? The one thing that might actually sell the game for me.
Probably because most people who work at a marketing firm for something like that actually studied marketing for movies. And so they don't really know anything about marketing for video games. That would be my assumption.
Is Miyamoto retired? Does he have anything to do with any of the Nintendo games anymore?
I have no idea. I'm sure he's a general consultant.
Sure. But does he design anything anymore?
He was heavily featured in last year's E3. Like I think he's still designing stuff.
But is he making a game, or is he just like a consultant?
Well, maybe he's in charge of all the designers.
Maybe.
I have no idea. But this looks super fun. This is very Dragon's Dogma. Just walking around, running into bad guys. Obviously, I'm only using references from games that I've played. As I've not played The Witcher, I'm sure you can do this in The Witcher 2. I'm just making references off of a game that I played and enjoyed. That I enjoyed that aspect of Dragon's Dogma.
Really Grand Theft Auto too.
Well, Grand Theft Auto as well, yeah. Just thinking back to games in recent history. There is a whole inventory system. There's a crafting system in this as well. There's a lot going on in this game. The worst part of Dragon's Dogma? What are you talking about? I loved just walking around in Dragon's Dogma. That was the whole game for me.
The world was neat.
I love just walking around and randomly running into a giant enemy. That was the whole fucking game.
Like actual exploration. Where
Yes.
you could walk wherever and it wasn't really walled off.
Oh! I came across an ogre fighting pit run by goblins. What? That's awesome. Link is a monster, just killing innocent things and stealing their food. Exactly. I love it. Who's the monster? The player's the monster.
Yeah, supposedly you have to eat in this too.
No, you don't
start
have
losing health.
No,
That's what I've read.
You don't.
No?
They specifically said during this thing,
Oh.
you eat to regain health.
Oh, okay.
But you don't go hungry or anything like that.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to go hungry. That's dumb.
If it took, like, none of it happened quickly, but yeah, no, that sounds neat.
If it's I guess it depends on how well it's integrated into the game. I was playing wow, what was
Like
it?
you gotta kill that deer because you're hungry.
I was playing The Flame in the Flood.
Yeah.
And The Flame in the Flood has a hunger stat.
Mhm.
And obviously that affects your overall well-being, and that's nice, but this is more about just walking around. I wouldn't want a hunger stat in this. People want Rails. Rails, Jack, my pie chart marketing algorithm created by numbers research says people want Rails. I'm sure.
Is it worth getting the Wii U for this game? How should I know? I haven't had my hands on this game. I've only seen footage that it looks neat.
My guess is by the time it comes out, they will also announce that every Wii U game can be played on the NX.
We'll see. We'll see. We know jack shit about the NX.
Yep.
Jack fucking shit.
Oh, see, here's what you were talking about earlier. They have these cold areas.
Yeah.
And if you go into the cold area, you need to wear proper clothing.
Isn't it kind of funny how, though, it's a clear line. It's a clear, well-defined line where cold begins and warm ends.
Let's see here. I'm still upset, says the Zarius. Nintendo didn't mention a Western release for Mother 3 at E3. Speaking of the Mother games, play Earthbound. It's free, it's cool.
You fucks.
You fucks. And Anonymous says 3 things. Jack, what do you have tattooed on your arm? There is a Zelda trailer. It's on Nintendo's channel. Would you mind if the new Zelda didn't have much of a story and focused on the gameplay? Yeah, listen.
When have the Zeldas had much of a story?
Do you remember what the story in the original Legend of Zelda is?
Save the princess.
No.
Get the Triforce pieces.
No, it wasn't even that. You're an adventurer. Go do shit. That was the story. You are an adventurer. Go on an adventure. That was the story. And then through the game, you discover the Triforce pieces. But no, you don't need a story. 2, there is a Zelda trailer. Well, we're watching the gameplay footage. And 3, I have a tattoo of a stick family on my arm. And I have feet over here. That is your 3. Is there any new Mario games coming out? Nintendo was very specific. Did you see that?
You just hit him in the face. What?
No, the goblin or the moblin.
Mm-hmm.
After he dropped his weapon, he just picked up a clump of dirt and threw it at you. That's what he did. Isn't that beautiful? That's all I'm gonna do in this game is just run around and murder all the moblins.
The Moblin Slayer.
Yep. That is what I will be known for. I will be the Moblin Slayer. No, who cares about amiibo integration or anything like that? You can, if you have the Twilight Princess amiibo, there are wolf sections. You can play as Wolf Link, but who cares about that? Who cares about that? Moblin. Yeah, moblins. Those are, right? That's what they're called? Moblins? I believe those are moblins.
There's different types of, like, goblins.
Oh, sure.
That might be the wrong type of goblin.
Oh, that might not be the moblin goblin.
The moblins might be the fatter ones.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
It's fine. It's fine. But in any case, this looks really neat. This looks really, really neat, and I'm very excited. Look, you can just look at that. You just in other games you wouldn't be able to just do that. You would need to find the ladder, and if it had a ladder, then you could climb it up. I love that.
Wonder if some areas will be blocked off just because of the stamina.
Of course, but naturally blocked off.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's some areas where you still need like the special, like.
I understand some temples you can't get in. I'd like to be able to explore the whole of the overworld.
I don't know. And I'm sure there's some areas where, much like Metroid, you need the special item to get in.
Like, what should be blocking areas off instead of the fake obstacle, it'd be harder enemies. Those enemies are way too tough for me to tackle now. But you can do it if you're like.
Well, see what they're showing here is you can scan enemies and like, look, that enemy has 72 health, whereas other enemies only have 13 health. So perhaps, perhaps that's a thing. You can use your magic iPhone to scan the enemies.
So Far Cry. So basically, they're ripping off Far Cry of all things, which is interesting. It's not wrong. It's just interesting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and here I think they're going to show. Yeah, look.
Yeah.
Cold Link. Look at Cold Link. That's awesome. He's super cold. Oh, Link. That's great. Michael Cross, this is unconfirmed, but says, according to Nintendo, you can go straight to the final boss if you want to.
Probably lose.
Probably, yeah. Well, I can only assume. Yeah. Someone will figure out how to beat the final boss.
Yeah, make for an interesting speed run.
2-minute speed run.
If you didn't need any special glitches, yeah, it would make for an interesting speed run.
Jack has a very low tolerance for awesome, but it's great that it makes him happy. This is what I wanted. I have very fond memories. It's been a long time since I played the original Legend of Zelda. But I have very fond memories of just walking around the overworld.
Look, I wanted to see them break up the formula, and it looks like they're doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, Link can pick up hookers in this one, they're saying. That's interesting.
Hyrim?
Oh. I
Yeah,
get it. No, I get it.
Not really. You disapprove.
It's Hyrim. Hyrim sounds too much like something else. It took me too long to understand that you were doing a Hyrule Skyrim.
Yeah.
And I was like, Hyrim?
Moral rule?
What are those fluffy monster things? What? I don't know. White choo-choo jelly. That does sound dirty. Let's see here. To give you some sense of scale, apparently this demo area is about 2% of the game.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome.
That's awesome. It's going to be big.
Too big.
It's good.
You made the game too big.
Yeah. There are apparently over 100 mini dungeons in addition to the main dungeons.
Okay.
So basically what's probably going to happen is Nintendo's going to make this game and then just take a year off. They've made the largest game in Nintendo history. And they said, you know what? Everyone here at Nintendo, we're gonna have a small team rotating in for bug fixes, but we're just taking the next year off. You guys have fun playing Zelda because we know this is the only game you're going to be playing anyway. Have a good year. We'll see you in 2018.
They showed anything from a dungeon. You better climb that little rock on top there, person playing this. You better.
Don't dictate how this person plays.
God damn it.
Don't dictate how they play.
God damn it. Yes, yes, they're gonna do it. Yes, scale the mountain. You can get a little bit higher. It's like half a foot. You could just take another step. Take another step.
They're up there, Rich. It doesn't matter.
One more step. That's all it'll be. It'll be just one more step away from the peak.
We'll see. We'll see if they get there.
They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it.
You don't think they're gonna do it?
Because they're idiots.
Come on.
That's why they're not
wait,
gonna.
wait.
Wait. Oh!
They might have hit that. They
No,
might have hit
didn't.
that on the
They didn't hit
walkover.
that. They didn't hit that.
This is the Zelda game, Hunchback Jack. This is the new Zelda game, and it looks kind of awesome.
Did they show anything from a dungeon? Was that answered?
I believe they. I believe I saw someone say they did. Why don't you click on that and we'll go search for some dungeon footage. Dungeon. See if you can find something from Nintendo's channel.
Nintendo has a channel?
Yeah. Doot, 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 doot. Look for Shrine Trial, is what they're saying.
There's a video I can... fine.
Is that look Shrine Trial? Ooh, okay, there you go. There we go. Nintendo Treehouse people playing it again. If Link says Fuzro Da, I'm out. Ha.
What?
That's a Skyrim thing.
Okay.
You can... I get it. Arrow to the knee. I get all the jokes. All the jokes all the time. They can review, they just can show footage, right? What?
I've saw video of an Easter egg in Doom.
Yeah.
In Hell, you can find a corpse wearing like a barbarian-esque helmet.
Uh-huh.
And the corpse has an arrow in its knee.
That's very funny.
Yeah.
It's very funny. No, you cannot play as Zelda or Link. I know that was the fan hope / speculation is choosing the gender of your Link.
It's kind of a shame, but whatever.
No, you know the biggest like if the biggest shame was Nintendo's response.
Yeah.
If they would have just would have said no, you can't. I don't think anyone would have batted an eye.
Yeah.
But they said
Link will always be a boy.
Well, they said in our story, you know, like it's important, you know, like it requires Link to be a boy, and then you know, like the interviewer kind of pressed him on it.
Yeah.
And it was just like, well, you know, what if the player, you know, could play as a girl, and they were just like, but then what would the boy do? What would Zelda do? Or you know, or they said, what if you could play like as Zelda and go on the adventure as Zelda, and then Link is in the castle, and then they said, but what would Link do? And it's like, fucking Nintendo, what does Zelda do? Have Link do that. How hard is this? You know, it was just the biggest bullshit response ever, and so it's just like, it's how hard is it? It's a Zelda game. What people want to play as Lady Zelda, let them play as Lady Zelda, or Lady Link. If people want to play as Lady Link, let them play as Lady Link.
I mean, it's not like story-wise they're really all that deep. The Zeldas.
No.
I understand if you got some weird kind of narrative story you're trying to tell, and it's very important that the main character is a specific character.
But how would it be? Would it be like detrimental to the story if everyone was gender swapped? Not at all.
Well, I can understand swapping like every character in the game for no good reason would be a pain in the ass,
but yeah, I'm saying for the story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, would that do anything to the story? If you just clicked a button and gender swapped everybody.
Well, you can't just click a button and do that.
No, for the story, Rich, not in the game. I'm saying You could have the exact same story, and nothing would happen.
Well, it could, for all you know. What if Zelda's pregnant in this? She has to give birth to the Star Child, the Triforce child.
You're absolutely right.
Then Link would have to be pregnant with the Triforce child if you gender swapped everybody. It doesn't always work that way, Jack. There's differences. There's differences. I'm sorry.
As a pregnant single mother Zelda, you'd have to go through the trials, and they'd be twice as hard. Get some love for the single ladies out here. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying, Rich? Know what I'm saying?
Nope.
Okay. The Adventures of Fiona and Cake prove my point. Absolutely right, the Blue Blaze. That's a great one. Have you ever seen Adventure Time?
I've heard about that.
Oh.
So.
Oh, okay.
I'm familiar with what you say.
For those who don't know, Adventure Time stars Finn and Jake. Finn, the human boy, and Jake, his dog friend. They did a few gender swap episodes, and it has turned into its own thing, The Adventures of Fiona and her cat friend, Cake. And it works the exact same.
Well, that's not a straight gender swap.
What?
That's not a straight up gender swap.
Cake is a...
the dog becomes a cat, too.
It's a girl cat, though.
They did more than swap the gender. They changed it to a cat. It's sex and species, Jack. That's important. Are you saying a dog's the same thing as a cat? Do you like it if I said you were the same thing as a monkey, Jack? Would you like that? Would that make you feel happy? There's no difference between you and an orangutan. They're completely interchangeable. Jack.
Yeah, I watch Steven Universe.
So what is all this red shit? Seriously, why is there red shit everywhere?
I don't know. I just don't know. You got a magnet.
Well, that's neat. Why is there ugly red shit everywhere?
I don't know.
That's important. Just like the differences between cats and dogs are also important. Why does the floor keep turning into something out of Mission Impossible? That is the wrong look.
Maybe it's like a scanning thing?
What the red that kind of Tron look is the wrong look, I think, for Zelda.
That's all right. Tired and Sad, I got that message. That's very interesting. Thank you for sharing. They're saying only certain items can be picked up, and the red floor showed. See,
well, it's really what I'm saying is it's a really ugly effect.
Oh,
it looks out of place in a fantasy setting.
And
I think that's a fair statement.
Sure, I have no strong feelings.
It's distracting whenever I see it.
For or against the glowing red floor. So. The dungeon tools.
But the iPod is okay. No, that's kind of weird too.
They're saying, you know what? Someone mentioned this, and I do remember them talking about this on the Nintendo Treehouse, which is this game in particular. The items you get and the dungeons have an emphasis on technology.
Okay. This
is a technological game.
So this is like weird future post-apocalyptic Zelda?
Maybe. There's a lot we don't know.
So they're ripping off Far Cry and Horizon.
Apparently.
Is there going to be a robot Tyrannosaurus Rex running around the overworld?
That would be awesome. And then you got to ride it? You got to ride... Oh, wouldn't that be great?
You get to shoot it with the tethers. Link has tether magic.
Well, he has magnet tethers.
Oh, magnet tethers.
They're different. And then Link gets to ride a robot dinosaur onto Battlestar Galactica, only to run in to naked Norman Reedus holding a goo baby.
Oh my god. Why is he talking to short-eared Mogwai? Old short-eared Mogwai.
He's the humble monk.
Or the Crypt Keeper.
He's the.
This is the Crypt Keeper. Oh God, Yoda. That's Yoda crossed with the Crypt Keeper is what that thing is.
Oh, you know what? I'm so happy those two found each other. They're a much better couple. They're a much better couple than you would think. They really balance each other's. Norman Reedus and his normal fetus.
You can catch and ride wild horses.
I would hope so. I would hope so. Greetings, boys and ghouls.
The Legend of Zelda. Every game.
What?
Every game.
Every game what?
The Legend, that's the subtitle for this game. Every game. Far Cry and Horizon.
Oh, a little bit.
Oh, these jerks again.
All right, great. Well, we saw enough of the dungeon.
Yeah.
So what are your feelings, Rich?
Yeah, it looks neat.
Except for the red stuff.
Except for the red stuff, it all looks neat. What do you want? What do you want out of me?
I don't know.
They did what they had to do. It looks different, and it actually looks like an open world
Yep.
to explore, not a series of, I don't know, like gated rooms.
Yeah.
The overworld is not a series of gated rooms.
All right. Great. Great. That's kind of all we got. So, enthusiasm, right?
What is Neo? N-I-O-H. What is that?
Oh, Neo. Neo. You can watch the trailer for that.
We'll look at that.
Sure. Neo.
Then we're done.
Is, which I'm sure I'm not pronouncing anywhere near correctly, is the game I tried to play, which is Samurai Dark Souls, made by Koei. We can listen to this one if you want.
Yeah.
So Samurai Dark Souls, made by Team Ninja.
Something about that sounds
Peggy
familiar.
18.
I downloaded the demo, and the day we tried to play it,
Okay.
it had expired.
Okay.
And it had expired the hour before we streamed or something like that.
That's why this all sounds familiar. I
Yes.
Oh my fuck. Yeah, it looks neat. Yeah, it looks like fun combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the lady. The lady. It looks like a game. Yeah, it looks like there might be some co-opness here. Looks like there's some PvP, which could be fun. You might even get to play as a lady. It's a crazy world we're living in, Rich.
Why are you so obsessed with being able to play as a
Well,
lady, Jack?
I'm not obsessed.
I never expected you to follow
I'm
me
all
the
for,
way to these
having optional lady avatars, but you seem to be obsessed with it.
Absolutely. I'm absolutely obsessed with it.
And you keep watching all those Caitlyn Jenner videos on YouTube? What's going on, man? What's going on?
Was she the mom that killed her baby?
No.
Which one's Caitlyn Jenner? Did she have the baby in the trunk?
I wish I had my button on the end stream for that. Yeah, that would have been the perfect place to end it, but it's off screen.
Oh,
I can't
and
see
we
it.
have to thank all the
I know we do, but that was just too perfect.
I'm so sorry.
That was too perfect.
Good morning, Morgan.
That was way too perfect.
Was it? I'm
yes.
sorry. Oh.
Yes.
When
2032. Good morning, Morgan. Today is Monday, March 15th, 2032.
Why aren't you actually
have a 9
stopping?
a.m. appointment.
I don't know.
That's weird.
That is weird.
Damn it.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, no.
What?
I forgot to turn it on. Wait, there's a way to... I forgot what to do.
Rich.
Yeah, subs with an exclamation point? What is the...
Exclamation point subs?
Is that it? That's my fault. I opened the program. I forgot to...
Beefcake. The program is open.
The program's open. I forgot to turn it on because I'm an idiot.
Rich didn't turn it on.
We got a list. We're fine.
No, but really, who's Caitlyn Jenner?
Izzy! Too weird!
On Kool-Aid Man, 20 fucking months in a row. Thank you for subscribing.
Mr. Shy Smile, 20 fucking months in a row. God damn it.
Lou Dyak.
Holy moly. Or no, holy moly. Holy moly. JC.
Bless our drugs for 20 fucking months in a row.
In my defense, it's the first time I've ever actually seen holy moly in text.
Oh, okay, sure. That's fine.
Maka Gimli, 23 fucking months in a row.
Mr. Glitch for 19 months in a row.
Kilroy McTrump.
What? Oh, WTF, indeed, 13 months in a row.
My name is Doug.
Leftover Beefcake is a programmer. Leftover Beefcake made us this amazing program called The Twatcher, and it keeps track of everybody who's subscribed during the stream, so we can thank them really easily and thank them midstream and put in bookmarks and do a bunch of amazing stuff. The only problem is you got to turn it on.
I forgot to.
You have to turn it
That's my
on
fault.
for it to work.
That's my fault.
Sometimes we forget.
I still would have ended the stream after you're not knowing who Caitlyn Jenner is because that was just too perfect.
Are you going to tell me, or are
No,
we
you can
going
look.
to...
You have Google.
Do I want to Google
phones? It's fine.
Okay. What are we?
I did. My name is Doug.
FBD Light 2.
Ham and turkey sub.
Mr. Grape.
Mario 42. 24 fucking months in a row.
25 fucking months in a row.
Haplogorath.
Where was that one? Oh, yeah. Lake Hun.
Urban Vermin.
John B. 18 months in a row.
Baby Slayer 156. 21 fucking months in a row.
Gobbledygooks 22 fucking months in a row.
Top Ramens 16 months in a row.
Der Herkin.
That's good. That's good.
I like how that came out. That was great.
Is that a bee? There's a bee in her. There's like a giant fucking bug that went behind the soundproofing.
Oh.
It flew. Whatever. Purple Space Bazooka. 17 months in a row.
I thought when you said, is that a bee, I thought you meant
No, there's an actual bee.
I thought you meant in the name, and so I was looking at all the names. I'm like, yeah, Bazooka. Mad Villains.
And Handsome Rob. Thank you for subscribing. We really appreciate it.
It's true. It's true. We really do. We really appreciate it. Hold on. How do you spell Caitlyn? Caitlyn with a Y? Caitlyn.
Possibly.
Hold on. Kate Lynn. I assume. Jenner. She's a Kardashian?